I started as the master of Jin Feng's Ayulu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 851, Mu Yuanbing plots to kill Upiu, Chongchun Taoist. In a wing room, Upiu was reading a Taoist book. Often, Upiu likes to be quiet. The Taoist temple is relatively quiet, which suits him very well. Piu, Mu Qingxun's voice rang out from outside the wing room. Upiu put down the Taoist book. He opened the door of the wing room. Looking at the expression on Mu Qingxun's face standing at the door, he said, "That elder Jiu Ju has something against me." Although he had the idea of using Mu Qingxun to enter this Hanwu Taoist temple, he still recognized Mu Qingxun after being with her for so long. A girl who dares to love and hate. He can accept it. I am a little reluctant, but I make my own decisions about my own affairs, and they can't interfere with me. But if you want to step into the Heaven Gate with me and join the Zhenwu Temple, you still need the help of the headmaster. After the matter of Xiangxia City is settled, we will return to the Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Mu Qingxun said. In fact, with my strength, it is not difficult to step into the Heaven Gate. Upiu had told Mu Qingxun about his strength before. Because there is no need to hide it. Strength is your own. You are stronger than me, so it is not difficult to enter the Heavenly Gate. However, if we do not have the coordinates of the Zhenwu Taoist Temple, we may end up at the end of the world when we enter the Heavenly Gate. I don't want to be separated from you. Do you want to be separated from me? Mu Qingxun said while holding Upiu's arm. While they were talking, Taoist Chongchun came outside the wing room. Looking at Mu Qingxun holding Upiu's arm, Taoist Chongchun's eyes moved slightly. Uncle Chongchun, Mu Qingxun saluted Taoist Chongchun and introduced Upiu. Meet Mr. Yu. Taoist Chongchun entered the wing room and observed Upiu. There was a sword intent on his body, not very sharp, and the aura in his body did not fluctuate much. Upiu's strength has reached the top level. He is concentrating his mind in the sea, and he is concentrating his mind recently. When he is not exploding, few people can see his strength. Not far outside the wing room, Mu Yuanbing and Yang Yanlin looked a little gloomy. Junior sister Qingxun is completely bewitched by Upiu, and she just contradicted Elder Jiuju. Brother Yanlin, we can't let Upiu stay with junior sister Qingxun any longer. If we keep her, something might happen. Women sometimes can't control themselves. Once something happens, you and I won't have any chance, Mu Yuanbing said in a deep voice. Hearing Mu Yuanbing's words, Yang Yanlin's face became even gloomier. Elder Jiuju will go to the 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion in Xiangxia City tomorrow to meet with Guan Yushin. I'm afraid he can't help us. We still have to think about it ourselves. I think tonight is the opportunity. Kill Upiu. Mu Yuanbing's face showed a strong murderous intent. Kill Upiu tonight. Hearing Mu Yuanbing's words, Yang Yanlin's expression changed slightly. Tomorrow, Elder Jiuju will meet Guan Yushin. We can frame Upiu's death on Guan Yushin, Mu Yuanbing said. Hearing Mu Yuanbing's words, Yang Yanlin pondered. Kill him, but who can we ask to kill him here? Yang Yanlin said. I have secretly tested Upiu's strength. Generally speaking, I can kill him. I will lure him out tonight and get rid of him, Mu Yuanbing said. Hearing Mu Yuanbing's words, Yang Yanlin looked at Mu Yuanbing in surprise. You do this to help me? That's not the case. After Upiu dies, I still have a chance, Mu Yuanbing said. Okay, then follow your plan, Yang Yanlin nodded. When he nodded, Mu Yuanbing sneered in his heart. Once Upiu dies, Mu Qingxun will definitely blame you. After all, it was you who brought him to Xiangxia City. Will Mu Qingxun still care about you at that time? I will definitely be the one who gets the beauty in the end. Mu Yuanbing is preparing to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All future troubles will be eliminated. Brother Yanlin, don't worry, I will make arrangements. I will first understand the situation around Chongchun Temple and see where to start. I will choose a place and then discuss it with Brother Yanlin, Mu Yuanbing said. Yang Yanlin nodded, and the two separated. After separating from Yang Yanlin, Mu Yuanbing went to a place in the backyard. It was a relatively secluded place. When he entered the small courtyard, there was already a figure standing in the courtyard. It was the Chongchun Taoist, the master of Changchun Temple who was with Tianju just now. Hello, uncle, Mu Yuanping bowed when he saw Changchun Taoist. The address became uncle, not the previous uncle. Mu Qingxun's status is not ordinary. It is related to whether we can gain a foothold in the Zhenwu Temple. After entering the Xianmen, now that an outsider has taken the lead, what can you do? Changchun Taoist looked at Mu Yuanping and said, Uncle, I have thought of a way, which is to kill Upiu. Mu Yuanping told Changchun Taoist his plan. After listening to this, Changchun Taoist fell into deep thought. After a moment, he said, this is the only way now. I will follow him secretly when the time comes. In order to ensure that Mu Yuanping's plan would not go wrong, Changchun Taoist was prepared to follow him secretly. Although he did not sense any fierce aura from Upiu, he was just in case. Thank you, uncle, Mu Yuanping thanked him. In the evening, the afterglow of the setting sun sprinkled on the Taoist temple, making it appear golden. Brother Yu, junior sister Qingxun said she found a good place, so I came to call you over, Mu Yuanping said outside Upiu's room. Yes, hearing Mu Yuanping's words, Upiu walked out of the room. Qingxun, you just left here, didn't you say there was a good place? Upiu was a little confused. It was Brother Yang who found it. Let's go. They are still waiting for us there, Mu Yuanping said. In front of a very secluded stream in the back mountain of the Taoist temple. The two of them paused. Mu Yuanping, who was walking in front, had a cold light flashing in his eyes. Suddenly, he turned his hand and slapped Upiu behind him. The speed was so fast, and the palm was black. But when his palm was about to approach Upiu's figure staggered like a ghost. Mu Yuanping's pupils suddenly shrank after failing to hide him. He turned his hand and grabbed Upiu, and a suction force appeared in his palm, trying to absorb Upiu's body. But when the suction force appeared, Upiu drew her sword. The long sword in her hand was unsheathed. Swish! Mu Yuanping attacked his palm, but was directly cut off by this sword. Ah! Mu Yuanping screamed. Holding his open palm, blood spurted from his palm. I don't know where you got the courage to attack me. Upiu looked at Mu Yuanping. He didn't kill the other party with one sword. Was it because he wanted to see what the other party wanted to do? Who are you, and how can you be so strong? Stopping the blood from his palm, Mu Yuanping stared at Upiu. My strength is just like this. Tell me, why did you lead me here to kill me? Tell me, maybe I can spare your life, Upiu said coldly. Although I am not your opponent, you must die today, Mu Yuanping growled. So, there are others? Show up, you have been watching for so long, Changchun Taoist, Upiu said towards the place. Just when he cut off Mu Yuanping's palm, he sensed a breath of Changchun Taoist. Chapter 852, Feeling upset and wanting to kill someone. Who are you, and why do you want to get close to Mu Qingxun? Changchun Taoist walked out from the dark, looking at Upiu with a sinister look. He waved his hand, trying to absorb the broken palm on the ground into his palm. The palm that had just been cut off could still be connected if it was treated with precious medicine in time. But when his true energy came into contact with the broken palm shattered directly. Upiu's sword energy remaining in the broken palm burst out. Changchun Taoist's eyes became extremely ugly. I didn't expect you to control this sword energy so well. I really underestimated you. Changchun Taoist looked at Upiu gloomily. I really want to know, I don't seem to have offended you, why did you two attack me? Upiu asked. That's why you shouldn't get close to Mu Qingxun. Mu Qingxun is not someone you should get close to. How can a wandering warrior like you who only relies on your face be worthy of junior sister Qingxun? She is the granddaughter of the great elder of the Zhenwu Temple, above Xianmen. How can you get involved with her? Mu Yuanping said with a ferocious face. The granddaughter of the great elder of the Zhenwu Temple, I didn't expect Qingxun to have such an identity. Upiu's face showed a trace of surprise. He didn't expect Mu Qingxun to have such an identity. From some situations, we can know that this Zhenwu Temple should be a good force above Xianmen. The granddaughter of the great elder is really extraordinary. No wonder Mu Yuanping and Yang Yanlin have always had opinions about him. Uncle, kill him, Mu Yuanping, whose palm was cut off, said with a ferocious look in his eyes. Uncle? I didn't expect you to have this relationship. But you want to kill me, can you do it? Upiu said coldly, and shook his head repeatedly. Can't you do it? You are really a crazy young man. After so many years of practicing Tai Shang Qing Heizhen, I thought my murderous nature has decreased, but it was aroused by you, the old Taoist Chang Chuan. While speaking, a strong blood-colored aura appeared on his body. As soon as this blood-colored aura appeared, a cold chill appeared around him. Especially Mu Yuanping on the side, shivered all over, dragged his arm with a broken palm, and retreated behind him. In a peaceful state of mind, there is such a terrifying blood energy. Taoist Chang Chuan, you have killed many people. UPI looked at Taoist Chang Chuan and said, I have killed many people, and today you are one of them. After you die, remember that there are some people you cannot touch. Taoist Chang Chuan's tone contained a chilling coldness. Then he took a step forward, and the terrifying blood energy on his body enveloped the area, and then pressed towards UPIU. The extremely thick blood energy enveloped UPIU. He wanted to overwhelm UPIU with his momentum. Boom. Just when his aura enveloped UPIU, a terrifying sword intent burst out from UPIU. UPIU's most basic skill is the Xianshan Wuji sword, and his swordsmanship attainments are quite powerful. The sword energy broke through the pressure that enveloped him. You think it's too simple to suppress me with pressure? As he spoke, the sword intent swept towards the old Taoist Chang Chuan. The old Taoist Chang Chuan's eyes condensed, and he stretched out his palm. A terrifying blood-colored vortex appeared in his palm. When UPI's sword energy touched the vortex, it disappeared instantly. Seeing this scene, UPIU's eyes condensed slightly. He could sense that his sword energy had just been swallowed by the vortex. Your strength is unexpected, but you are still not good enough in front of me. Time cannot be delayed. Send you on your way. Divine power, blood-colored vortex. The Taoist Chang Chuan shouted in a low voice, and his divine power burst out. His true energy condensed, and a blood-colored vortex phantom appeared behind him. The phantom appeared, covering the sun and the moon. At this moment, some of the afterglow of the evening sunset disappeared. Blood evil transformation. The Taoist Chang Chuan snorted coldly, slapped out with one palm, and attacked UPI fiercely with his palm. Innate Wuji, sword energy pierces the void. Looking at the palm that was bombarding, UPIU clenched his palm and unsheathed his long sword. A sword slashed out. The sword intent filled the world. Xianshan Wuji sword. UPIU has realized the essence of the sword art of Xianshan Wuji sword, reaching the state of intention without form, breaking away from limited forms, entering the boundless chaotic world, and returning to the state of simplicity. The sword intention appeared and collided with a bloody palm, and the sword intention was swallowed. But UPI's sword seemed to have disappeared. It did not appear. But when it appeared, the longsword in his hand had penetrated the bloody vortex. Swish! The longsword penetrated the palm of Chang Chuan Taoist. Chang Chuan Taoist felt pain, but did not make a sound, but his face turned fierce. The other palm grabbed UPIU, and a bloody vortex appeared in his palm, and the divine power was also activated. The bloody phantom increased, and the suction force burst out to cooperate with the vortex in the palm. Suddenly, the true energy in UPI's body seemed to go towards the other party without any hindrance. Boom! It's just that the divine power in UPIU burst out, and the power in his body surged towards the other party like a tide. UPI's Wuxiang divine art was cultivated to perfection. His body was a world of its own. His ki was as vast as the sea and as violent as a whirlwind. It poured into the other person's body all at once. Chang Chuan Taoist didn't expect that UPI's ki was so vast. For a moment, his ki felt like it couldn't flow. At this moment, UPIU turned the longsword in his hand. Swish! Chang Chuan Taoist's head flew out instantly. Blood flew from the broken neck. Seeing this, Mu Yuanping, who was standing aside, exclaimed. Just when he exclaimed, UPIU slashed with a longsword in his hand, splitting the other person in half with one sword. He would not let anyone who attacked him live. After looking at the bodies of the two people, UPIU came to the Chang Chuan Taoist. He searched out two secret books from his arms. Heavenly Blood Devouring Method, Heavenly Pure and Harmonious Heart Sutra, not bad stuff. UPIU put the two things away and turned away. Xiangsha City, 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion Yang Yenzhou came to Guanyushan. Tianzhuzhou is outside the city at Chang Chuan Taoist Temple. I have also checked the details of Chang Chuan Taoist Temple. The other party is one of the sub-Taoist temples of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. I didn't expect that after so many years, I didn't know that Chongchun Taoist Temple belongs to Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Yan Yingzhu said in a deep voice. Have you arrived? You didn't come to me directly. I've been feeling a little upset recently, and I just want to find someone to vent, Guan Yushin said in a deep voice. I'm upset, and our 10 Directions General Envoy hasn't encountered any major events recently. Yan Yingzhu was a little confused. My son, the Shineman Gate. The Shineman Gate is very dangerous, Guan Yushin said. Shineman Gate? Recently, there's only our Shianaya Pavilion, West Pavilion Ren Kaianxing Deputy Pavilion Master in the Shineman Gate. What do you mean? Yes, Ren Kaianxing, my son, so I'm very upset now. I want to beat someone to death. A fierce light flashed in Guan Yushin's eyes. Chapter 853. The body is still there, you can collect it. Yan Yingzhu in front of him was shocked. Ren Kaianxing's strength was enough to step into the heavenly gate, so Guan Yushin's strength must not be weaker than Ren Kaianxing. Could it be that he also has the strength to step into the heavenly gate? Sir, Zhenwu Taoist Temple is a Taoist holy land with extraordinary strength. It is rumored that it has some relationship with the heavenly gate. Tianzhu is the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. If he is killed, I am afraid it will happen, Yan Yingzhu said when he thought of Guan Yushin's strength. Although Guan Yushin's strength is extraordinary, Zhenwu Taoist Temple has a long history and there are probably many strong people. You came here to seek death and were killed. That's what you deserve. Zhenwu Taoist Temple wants to go down the mountain to deal with me, then I will summon the masters of Shianaya Pavilion to besiege Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Guan Yushin said coldly. Your divine power is a bit weak. Have you thought about how to improve your strength in recent times? Guan Yushin then looked at Yan Yingzhu and said. Hearing Guan Yushin's words, Yan Yingzhu's face turned red as she said, my divine power has increased, so I need to improve my qualifications, but it's hard to find a pill that can match my qualifications, but I found a technique called Shianai Shenshuju in the secret library of my deceased master, which can help me improve my qualifications. It's just that this technique is a little special. It's a dual cultivation technique, Yan Yingzhu said. After she finished speaking, her face became even more rosy. Dual cultivation technique, let me see it, Guan Yushin said after hearing this. He was also a little tempted by Yan Yingzhu's beauty. The other party made things clear. He was not Liu Xiaohu. Yan Yingzhu accepted such a woman, so he accepted it. Hearing Guan Yushin's words, Yan Yingzhu showed a happy expression on his face and took out a technique from his arms. Guan Yushin sucked the technique into his hand and examined it. This technique is not simple. You can practice it tonight, Guan Yushin said after a simple review. When it's time to accept a beauty, you still have to accept it, and you can't let down the beauty. At this moment, in the back mountain of Chongchun Taoist Temple, Tianzhu Yang Yanlin appeared at the place where Upiu and the others were fighting. He looked at the two corpses on the ground with a serious look. How did you find out? He looked at Yang Yanlin with a gloomy look. Tianzhu was called here by Yang Yanlin while he was cultivating his own aura. Uncle Juju, Mu Yuanping has always been interested in junior sister Kingxuan, but junior sister Kingxuan prefers Upiu, so he wanted to talk to Upiu, but he didn't expect this to happen, Yang Yanlin said in fear. At this moment, his heart was cold. There was no need to think about it. It must be Upiu who killed them. Although he didn't know why Taoist Chongchun was here, he didn't need to know the reason since he was already dead. You mean, it was Upiu who killed junior brother Chongchun and Mu Yuanping? Tianzhu looked at Yang Yanlin and said. Upiu left with Mu Yuanping, Upiu returned, and Mu Yuanping and Uncle Chongchun died here. Elder Juju, it must be related to Upiu without a doubt. We should go see Upiu now, Yang Yanlin said. At this point, Yang Yanlin was a little excited. Regardless of whether Upiu killed her or not, he must be blamed on him. Although Mu Yuanping is not from the Zhenwu Taoist Temple, he is the eldest disciple of Kingsu Taoist Temple, the master of Kingsu Taoist Temple, and the junior brother of the headmaster. He died, and Chongchun Taoist also died. With the death of these two people, Upiu will definitely not be able to enter Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Let's go, take me to see that Upiu, Tianzhu said in a cold voice with a gloomy look in his eyes. In the Taoist Temple, kill Mu Yuanping, and also kill Chongchun Taoist. Hearing Upiu's words, Mu Kingxuan's eyes were horrified. On the one hand, she was shocked that Upiu killed Mu Yuanping and Chongchun Taoist. The other party was shocked by Yu Pi's strength. She knew Yu Pi's strength, the sea of concentration, but being able to kill Changchun Taoist, this is not something that ordinary sea of concentration can do. I will not let those who intend to kill me live, Yu Pi said calmly. Although he had the idea of joining the Zhenwu Temple, above Xianmen. But he did not think of joining the Zhenwu Temple, by compromise, otherwise, his thoughts would not be clear. Thoughts are not clear. But it is a taboo for warriors. This is why he did not destroy the bodies after killing Mu Yuanbing and Changchun Taoist. He does not need to. Hearing Yu Pi's words, Mu Qingxun was very happy in her heart. This is the person she likes. He did not hide any behavior from her. Mu Yuanbing and Changchun Taoist are not simple. This matter will cause trouble later, although Mu Qingxun's identity is not simple, it is just an identity. But she cannot influence any decision of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. She is just a transitional person. Leave Changchun Taoist Temple first and wait for my notice. As Mu Qingxun spoke, she handed a necklace she was wearing around her neck to Yu Piyu. The necklace was a dark blue gem. There was still a strange energy fluctuation in the gem. I brought this gem down from the Zhenwu Temple, which can help people improve their qualifications. Your strength has reached the top level. If you absorb the energy in this gem, you should be able to go further. As long as you go further, you can step into the heavenly gate with me. I will ask the headmaster for help, and after we step into the heavenly gate, we will appear in the area of the Zhenwu Temple. Mu Qingxun put the gem necklace in Yu Piyu's hand and said. Yu Piyu did not take it. This thing is a bit valuable. It can help you practice, so you should keep it for yourself. Yu Piyu did not take the gem. I don't need it anymore. My sword bloodline has been stimulated, and my divine power is about to condense. Once the divine power is condensed, it will cooperate with the sword bloodline. After practicing for a period of time, I should be able to prepare for stepping into the heavenly gate. Maybe, I may be one step ahead of you and be able to step into the heavenly gate, said Mu Qingxun. Zhenwu Taoist Temple, let her go down the mountain, not because she cultivated the Zhenwu Supreme Sword Art of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, but because she stimulated the sword bloodline in her body. Hearing this, Yu Piyu didn't hesitate and put away the necklace. It's not suitable to stay here for the time being. So he prepared to leave. When they walked out of the wing room, Yang Yanlin appeared outside the wing room with Tianjuju. Tianjuju looked at Yu Piyu walking out of the wing room and his eyes slightly condensed. This Yu Piyu has a handsome face and a sense of romanticism. I'm afraid that few women can avoid his face. No wonder Qingxun is in love with him, Tianjuju sighed in his heart. Yu Piyu, did you kill Changchun Taoist and Mu Yuanbing? Yang Yanlin, who followed Tianjuju, looked at Yu Piyu's face and felt angry and arrogant. He tried his best to hide the rage in his heart and asked in a stern voice. Yes. They wanted to kill me, but they were not strong enough, so I had to kill them. You should have seen their bodies, and now you should collect their bodies, Yu Piyu said calmly. Chapter 854 I want to watch Tianjuju get beaten to death. How dare you, Yu Piyu, be so arrogant? Hearing Yu Piyu's calm words, Yang Yanlin said sternly. He dared to do so only because Tianjuju was here. Kill the one who kills. Do you think my sword cannot be unsheathed? Yu Piyu was very calm. Hearing Yu Piyu's words, Tianjuju's eyes condensed, and a sword intent emerged from his body. You want to fight me? I heard that you are going to meet Guan Yushin, the 10 Directions General Envoy of Xian'ai Pavilion, tomorrow. Now that you are consuming your energy here, you are sure to defeat Guan Yushin. Yu Piyu looked at Tianjuju and said. He really wanted to see Tianjuju's strength. But now many people in the martial arts world know that Tianjuju is going to meet Guan Yushin. If he fights with Guan Yushin when he is not at full strength, and is beaten to death by Guan Yushin, it may not have any effect. Yu Piyu, so you are afraid too? Yang Yanlin looked at Yu Piyu and said. He thought that Yu Piyu said this at this time because she was afraid that Tianjuju would take action. I'm afraid, but that's not the case, because you won't use your full strength when you attack me. If you don't use your full strength, you can't kill me. Of course, you may not be able to kill me even if you use your full strength. If you don't use your full strength, then you won't be able to see, Elder Tianjuju, your 9 heavenly galaxy falling swords. That's a pity, Yu Piyu said. It seems that you are very confident in yourself. Tianjuju frowned. A warrior must have absolute confidence in himself at any time. If you don't have confidence, can you still be called a warrior? Yu Piayu said. Your state of mind is not ordinary. I have been in front of you for such a long time, and your mentality has not changed. It seems that you really killed junior brother Chongchuan. Tianzhu looked at Yu Piayu and said. He still didn't believe that Yu Piayu killed Taoist Chongchuan. Do you doubt my strength? Boom. When Yu Piayu finished speaking, a terrifying aura burst out from his body, and the aura carried the power of divine power. Enveloping Yang Yanlin, under this momentum and divine power, Yang Yanlin sensed an extremely terrifying shock force. This shock force appeared on him. Puff. The blood in his body churned and a mouthful of blood spurted out. His body felt like it was out of control and was about to fall to the ground. Yang Yanlin was shocked. He looked at Yu Piayu with horror. Although Yu Piayu said that he had killed Mu Yuanping and Chongchun Taoist, he didn't believe it like Tianzhu. But now he was under the other party's aura and had no power to resist. Humph! Yu Piayu snorted coldly. The air around him kept vibrating, and countless dense ripples appeared. Elder Juju, what do you think? Yu Piayu looked at Tianzhu and said. If Tianzhu wanted to fight, Yu Piayu, would accompany him. Who are you? A casual martial artist can't have such an achievement. Tianzhu looked at Yu Piayu and said. Opportunities, there are countless opportunities in the world, do they have to be passed down? I am just a hard-working martial artist. If I hadn't met Kingsun, we would have had no intersection. Also, if I had shown up in the martial arts world, I believe there would be legends about me in the martial arts world, Yu Piayu said confidently. Of course, martial arts is one aspect, and there is also his appearance. There is a list of immortals in the martial arts world, but Yu Piayu's appearance is not inferior to beauty, so when he travels in the martial arts world, there must be traces of him in the martial arts world, so he can say that he is a hard-working practitioner. We will discuss this matter after we deal with the matter of Xian'ai Pavilion. Kingsun, don't you want to take this person back to Zhenwu Taoist Temple? I hope he will be with us when we leave. Tianzhu looked at Mu Kingsun and said. At this moment, Tianzhu's tone was not as peaceful as before. Let's go. As he spoke, a burst of energy appeared on his body, which shook off the pressure that Yu Piayu had put on Yang Yanlin. Take Yang Yanlin away. Watching the two leave, Mu Kingsun's face was a little bad. Elder Jiu, you want me to watch you? It's okay. I have some insights recently, and my strength will be further improved, Yu Piayu said. After coming to this world, his state of mind changed again. He vaguely felt that he was touching the back layer. What's more, he really wanted to go to Zhenwu Taoist Temple to take a look. As long as his strength breaks through, he may have the ability to take a look. Even if you break through and reach the strength to enter the heavenly gate, you will not have any chance of winning when entering Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Seeing the light in Yu Piayu's eyes, Mu Kingsun said. I think you should not go to Zhenwu Taoist Temple with me first. Mu Kingsun shook her head. Mu Yuanping was fine. Chongchun Taoist had a certain position in Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Now, Zhenwu Taoist Temple is also in a state of struggle. So she was afraid that Yu Piayu would be in danger. It's impossible, I won't do it, Yu Piayu shook her head. In addition, after leaving Tianzhu, he took Yang Yanlin back to a wing room. Tell me everything about Yu Piayu's appearance? Tianzhu looked at Yang Yanlin with a serious expression. Yang Yanlin told Tianzhu about the scene when they met Yu Piayu in Luoyang City. After listening, Tianzhu looked serious. Because there was no useful information. Uncle Juju, this Yu Piayu is definitely suspicious. He may have deliberately approached junior sister Kingsun. We can't just let him go, Yang Yanlin said on the side. How can we let him go? But this matter is good for you. He killed Mu Yuanping and Chongchun Taoist, which is very good for you, because this way he can't get together with Mu Kingsun at all. Even if the head agrees, others will not agree. I didn't take action against him today, not because I was going to see Guan Yushin and was afraid to take action. The main reason is that if I take action, Kingsun will definitely protect him, and I can't kill him at all. Why should I take action if I can't kill him? Don't ask about this matter for now. Yu Piayu is about the same age as you, and his strength has already reached the top level. You also need to practice more. It's just right that we can solve the matter of Guan Yushin this time, and you can return to Zhenwu Taoist Temple With us, Tianjiju said. Hearing Tianjiju's words, Yang Yanlin was also happy. It was indeed as Tianjiju said. Go and bury the bodies of the two secretly. Don't report to Zhenwu Taoist temple, for the time being, Tianjiju then ordered. The next day, early in the morning, Elder Jiju is taking Yang Yanlin to Xiangsha City. Let's go to Xiangsha City and take a look, Mu Kingsun said to Upiu. The strong men, Xianaya Pavilion, are extraordinary. Let's go and see the duel between the two masters. Maybe we can get some inspiration, Upiu said. Although she said so. But in her heart, Upiu wanted to see Tianjiju being beaten to death by Guan Yushin. Chapter 855, Tyrannical Official Yushin, Heaven's Will for Symbols, Win God's Wrath. Xiangsha City, 10 Directions General Envoy Mansion. General Envoy, Tianjiju has come down the mountain, and brought a young man with him. Yan Yinzhu came to Guan Yushin and said, Is he here? Then we will welcome him well, notify the 10 Directions Mansion, the 10 Directions Envoys, together at the hall to welcome this Tianjiju. We really want to see if the Tianjiju of this, Zhenwu Taoist temple, is very strong, Guan Yushin said coldly. The hall was the headquarters of the Xiangsha Alliance before. The place there is spacious and suitable for fighting. Sun Chu's Iangayu, Jiu's Hongxin, Helian Bar and others all gathered in the hall. When they just landed, Tianjiju from Zhenwu Taoist temple comes to visit Guan Yushin, the 10 Directions General Envoy of Xianaya Pavilion. The voice was loud. Everyone around the 10 Directions General Envoy heard this loud voice. The chief elder of the Taoist Holy Land, Zhenwu Taoist Temple, has come to Xiangsha City. Is it because of the Yunhe Gate? Some people heard this voice and exclaimed, Zhenwu Taoist Temple is famous. Tianjiju is the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Such an identity appeared in Shifen General Hall. It caused an unusual sensation. Many people came in the direction of the 10 Directions General Envoy. If they fought, they would definitely be shocking. Huh? When Tianjiju's voice fell, a figure walked out of the 10 Directions General Hall. I am the 10 Directions Envoy Chu Xiangayu, please come in. All the martial artists who come here can enter the hall. When Chu Xiangayu invited Tianjiju, he also said to the martial artists who came together. Hearing Chu Xiangayu's words, Tianjiju's eyes condensed. He didn't expect Guan Yushin to invite him so openly. The warriors who came to watch the battle were excited. They thought they could only watch from outside the hall, but they didn't expect to be able to enter the 10 Directions Hall. Tianjiju stepped forward. He took Yang Yanlin into the 10 Directions Hall. Soon, a group of people appeared in front of the entrance of the 10 Directions Hall. Guan Yushin was sitting on a purple gold bench. When he saw Tianjiju coming, he didn't even stand up. Tianjiju, who came, saw Guan Yushin sitting on the purple bench. His eyes became gloomy and his face was not good. The other party was looking down at him. When the people who followed him saw this situation, their expressions also changed, and then they became excited. Guan Yushin didn't take Tianjiju of the Zhenwu Taoist temple seriously at all. I don't know what advice Elder Jiju has for coming to my 10 Directions Hall. It seems that our Xianaya Pavilion has no contact with the Zhenwu Taoist temple, and my Shifen General Mansion has no intersection with your Taoist temple. Guan Yushin looked at Tianjiju and said. There was no intention to invite Tianjiju to come up. At this moment, Mu Kingsun and Upi were also among the crowd watching the battle. When Mu Kingsun saw this, anger appeared in her eyes. This Guan Yushin is so domineering. He didn't take Elder Jiju seriously at all, nor did he take my Zhenwu Daoguan seriously, Mu Kingsun said. This person is very powerful, with a violent aura. Domineering is based on strong strength. This time Tianjiju may be in danger. Upi looked at Guan Yushin sitting on the purple gold bench and said, he knew that Guan Yushin was very strong. But he had never seen Guan Yushin himself. Now that he saw Guan Yushin, he could sense the terrifying aura on him. I feel it too. Hearing Upi's words, Mu Kingsun also said solemnly. In the scene, some voices began to rise and fall. General Envoy Guan, this is your way of entertaining guests. Facing Guan Yushin's aggressiveness, Tianjiju's eyes were cold, but he held back and said in a cold voice. Guest, invited, or friend, that's a guest. Tianjiju, you said you are a guest, you are my friend, or I invited you. Guan Yushin stood up and said. You want to avenge your dead disciple? I am here, I can fight you. Guan Yushin's breath surged at this moment, and the terrifying true energy erupted like a volcano. Recently, my son Qianxing and Taishanmen are in a bad mood and are preparing to find someone to fight. The chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple, Tianjiju, it is rumored that you have completed the suspected galaxy falling 9 swords of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. It can cut a Milky Way with one sword. I really want to see your sword. Is it like the legend? Guan Yushin fell and came to Tianjiju. The people who followed him saw this and quickly came to the distance. When the strong fight, if you are not careful, you may be involved in life and death. That is life and death. Of course, some people also heard Qianxing and Taishanmen mentioned by Guan Yushin just now. Recently, in the entire Great Zhou dynasty, there is only one person in the Xianmen, that is Qianxing, the deputy director of the West Pavilion of Xian'aya Pavilion. In other words, Ren Qianxing of the Xianmen is the son of Guan Yushin. Hearing this news, many people were shocked. Mu Qingxuan, who was with Upiu, also stared at Ren Qianxing's strength. Although she did not go to the Holy Sword Lake at that time, she saw the progress of the Xianmen, and the sword master of the Holy Sword Lake died under Ren Qianxing's sword. As the saying goes, like father, like son. From this sentence, it can be seen that Guan Yushin's strength must be very strong, and it is possible that he has reached the level of the Xianmen. Everyone looked at Tianjiju. At this moment, Tianjiju was also surprised, but he was more angry. He was angry at Guan Yushin, because the other party did not take him seriously at all. Today, let me experience the strength of General Envoy Guan. Boom. When Tianjiju's voice fell, a terrifying sword energy appeared around him, and it soared into the sky. The surrounding sword energy condensed but did not disperse, but the air was constantly vibrating under the sword energy, forming a terrifying ripple. Elder Juju's sword energy is controlled to perfection. Upi looked at this situation, and his eyes moved slightly. Elder Juju is the chief elder of the Zhenwu Taoist Temple, and his strength can also be ranked in the top 5 in the Taoist Temple. If you fight with him before, I'm afraid you will be beaten badly, Mu Qingxuan said with a smile. Then I don't believe it. You have to fight to know anything, Upiu said. Although Tianjiju is very powerful, is he, Upiu, weak? Seeing Upiu's stubbornness. Then you can take a good look, Mu Qingxuan said with a smile. Good, very good, seeing the sword energy bursting out of Tianjiju. Guan Yushin's face showed excitement. I just learned a set of unique skills recently, and it's just right to use you to test it. Guan Yushin received the 4 symbols of heaven's will from Su Chen. It is also possible that in a different world, he had quickly comprehended the first 3 moves of the 4 symbols of heaven's will, and was also comprehending the 4th move. He sensed that he would be able to practice successfully soon, so he wanted to give it a try. Boom. The aura on his body exploded. Along with the change of his aura, the aura of the surrounding heaven and earth also changed. The originally windless sunny sky suddenly became windy and cloudy. The terrifying wind gathered towards Guan Yushin. Under the gathering of this wind, a huge shadow appeared behind Guan Yushin. The wind god is angry, Guan Yushin roared. Boom. The huge figure raised his hand and slapped it, and the heaven and earth moved. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 856, The Skies Like the Milky Way, 9 swords appear, mixed into one, innate energy. The strong energy leads to strange phenomena. Seeing this, everyone's expression changed. Many people knew Guan Yushin's divine power, but they had never seen Guan Yushin use this move. The Wrath of the Wind God. Facing this move, Tianjiju's eyes condensed. The sword intent on his body burst out. It seems to be the 9 swords of the galaxy. The first sword, the sword falls and the mountains and rivers move. Tianjiju drew his sword out of the sheath. He slashed with his sword. The sword came out. A silver light appeared between heaven and earth. The silver light tore the heaven and earth apart. In this violent wind, like lightning, the sword energy burst out and collided with the surrounding violent wind. Clang clang clang. The sword energy and the wind in the sky collided with bursts of clanging power, forming a series of terrifying wind blades, shattering the heaven and earth. And the silver sword light collided with the palm of the wind god's anger. Boom. At the moment of collision, the previous wind and sword energy instantly disappeared as if they were swept by a black hole. But after disappearing, the place where the sword energy collided with a palm print before quickly formed a vacuum, shattering everything. The ground beneath their feet quickly cracked and shattered, forming a deep pit. The two did not win in one move. But Yan Jiju's eyes were extremely solemn. You see, Elder Jiju's swordsmanship is extremely sharp. Mu Kingsun looked at Upiu and said, "It's really strong, but I can take this move." Upiu practiced Wuxiang divine art. The ki in his body is several times more powerful than the true ki of the average concentrated strong man. Coupled with his natural divine power, the power he bursts out is even more extraordinary. So he can block this sword. Mu Kingsun didn't say anything. He was able to kill Changchun Taoist, so Upiu could indeed block this sword. "I really want to see your true strength." Mu Kingsun looked at Upiu and said. "You will see." Upiu didn't say anything, but looked at the two fighting parties. After Guan Yushin made a move, a wild laugh appeared on his face. "Block the first move, watch my second move." Guan Yushin's aura changed, and the invisible wind rage seemed to stop suddenly for a moment, and a hot breath diffused out. It was originally summer. When this heat appeared, many people felt like being roasted by fire. Sweat suddenly broke out all over their bodies. At this moment, Guan Yushin's body was filled with fiery red true energy. A figure burning with fiery red true energy emerged, a terrifying huge figure, and a palm went towards Tian Jiju. Tian Jiju's eyes changed. The sword energy on his body changed. It seems to be the 9 swords of the galaxy. The second sword, the sword comes out of the glacier. Tian Jiju shouted. The sword came out. Suddenly, a white cold air appeared in the air, and the fog spread around like an ocean. In this fog, a huge ice-like sword appeared. The palm of the angry fire god collided with the two forces, the collision of ice and fire, and the world suddenly became cool. The third sword, the sword comes out of the sunset. Tian Jiju is the chief elder of the Zhenwu Taoist temple. It is impossible for him to let Guan Yushin take action without taking action. He took the third sword first. The sword came out, and a sunset appeared between heaven and earth. The setting sun appeared, and the sword light illuminated the earth. Finally, it gathered into a dazzling sword light and went towards Guan Yushin. The speed was so fast. Innate Genki. This time Guan Yushin did not make a move, but operated his innate Genki. Boom. The rapid sword light fell on Guan Yushin's innate Genki. There was an explosion sound, but it disappeared immediately. It did not cause any trouble to the opponent. Seeing this situation, many people's eyes condensed, and Yan Jiju, who drew the sword, changed his face. He did not expect that his sword did not cause any trouble to the opponent. The sword energy didn't shake the opponent's ki at all. Mixed primordial ki, innate ki, to break the opponent's ki, it takes extremely strong power. The fourth sword, the sword determines the 4 directions. Tian Jiju's attack had no effect, so he quickly used the fourth sword. When the fourth sword was slashed out, suddenly, the world seemed to be suddenly silent. Just like his sword moves, the sword determines the 4 directions. Not only was the surroundings silent, but Guan Yushin's figure also had a kind of silence. This was the silence of the soul. There was a feeling that affected the ki in his body. Guan Yushin showed joy on his face. The strength of the chief elder of the Zhenwu Taoist temple is extraordinary. The fighting spirit in his body began to boil. He raised his palm, but this time it was not the thunder god's wrath, but another kind of martial arts. After occupying the Xiangsha alliance, he looked up the martial arts of the previous Xiangsha alliance leader Bu Yongxiao. 4 elephants honor dragon skill. He raised his palm. He shouted in a low voice. 4 symbols, the azure dragon covers the sky, boom. A palm strike out. A huge palm force turns into an azure dragon, shattering the tranquility of the space, and whistling towards the opponent. 5th sword, the sword comes out like stars, crash. The sky and the earth suddenly became dim, but in this dimness, stars appeared one after another. The stars gathered together and crashed into the azure dragon. Boom. The 2 forces collided. The true energy rioted. Thunder god's wrath. At this time, Guan Yushin continued to strike out the terrifying thunder god's wrath in the 4 symbols of heaven's will. Thunder and lightning covered the sky and the earth, forming a huge thunder and lightning palm force and heading towards Tian Jiju. The 6th sword, The heavy sword splits the mountain horizontally like a hammer mountain. The sixth sword came out like a heavy mountain. But when it collided with the thunder and lightning, it was suppressed. Guan Yushin's innate Genki circulated in his body, bursting out towards the thunder god's wrath. An endless true energy poured into the thunder god's wrath, and the power surged. It directly pressed towards the heavy mountain. Suddenly, the longsword in Bianjuju's hand seemed to be pressed by the thunder god. The sword energy shattered. His figure was shaken back several steps. Roar! At this moment, Tianjuju roared, and the aura around him surged and came out in a mighty manner. Taisheng's Henwujin, the true energy in his body circulated, forming a terrifying flow rate. It converged with his surging true energy and merged into the long sword in his hand. The seventh sword, the eighth sword. He roared, and the long sword slashed at the huge thunder god like a terrifying silver. The sword light burst out from the two swords, collided with the thunder god, and collided with each other. The thunder god and the two sword lights shattered at the same time. Divine power, the Milky Way falling from the sky. Tianjuju burst out his divine power at this time. A silver light appeared behind him, and the light appeared like the Milky Way of heaven and earth, hanging in the sky, with a sense of etherealness. At first, the two did not burst out their divine power when they fought. When he was about to perform the last sword, he burst out his divine power. The ninth sword, the Milky Way of 9 heavens, the Milky Way of one sword. As soon as the sword move was made, the hazy Milky Way and the divine power behind him seemed to fall. At the moment when the Milky Way fell, a sword light appeared. The sword light appeared, and a strong sword intent permeated. This sword was not sword energy, but sword intent. Sword intent is invisible, it can cut people's minds and bodies. Tianjuju's divine power was condensed to cooperate with his last sword. Is this your last sword? Guan Yushin's divine power burst out, and the innate Genki and 4 symbols and Long Gong were also activated. The whole body of Qi and energy were mixed into one. And with a move of his foot, his figure swept out and shot towards the opponent. Boom! The sword light fell on him, emitting a dazzling flame, but it did not break through the Genki screen. Although his figure was blocked, Guan Yushin kicked the ground with his foot and shot out. The mighty dragon's palm slapped out instantly. The palm fell. The sword Bianjuju's expression changed, and he hurriedly held the sword to resist. Boom! The sword and palm collided. The moment of collision. A wave of Qi that made people's faces change drastically spread wildly. Tianjuju's chest was boiling with Qi and blood, and a mouthful of blood was about to erupt. His face changed drastically, and his aura changed. A breath that was more concentrated and the sea burst out. Boom! This force appeared and blocked Guan Yushin's terrifying palm. The void gate in the sky sensed the change in Bianjuju's aura and began to condense. Chapter 857, Unbridled. Thunder God takes over the heaven gate. Thunder God is angry again. The strength exceeds the concentration of the sea. Upiu's eyes condensed while watching the fight. In his previous cognition, he guessed that Bianjuju's strength might exceed the concentration of the sea. Now under Guan Yushin's powerful fist, he was forced to use the power that exceeds the concentration of the sea. Mu Qingxun just said that Bianjuju's strength ranks in the top 5 in the Zhenwu Taoist temple, which means that at least 4 people in this Zhenwu Taoist temple have such strength. Upiu thought in his heart. Looking at the place where the fight took place, I didn't expect Guan Yushin to force Elder Jidra to burst out the power that exceeds the concentration of the sea. Mu Qingxun looked at the Shineman with a serious look. This is not the Zhenwu Taoist temple. If you break through the Shineman here, you can't reach the area of the Zhenwu temple. It's okay in the human area, but if you reach the area of fierce beasts and demons, I'm afraid you'll only die, Mu Qingxun said. Disperse the power and avoid the Shineman. This is the only thing Elder Jidra can do now, Mu Qingxun said. That is to say, after a casual martial artist enters the heavenly gate, there will be danger. Upiu thought of Ren Kaiangxing who had entered the heavenly gate before. Yes, the major inheritances have coordinates and can be pulled. This is why I want you to enter the heavenly gate at the Zhenwu Daoguan, said Mu Qingxun. Shatter the heavenly gate, and the fight between them will end, Upiu said. But Guan Yushin has no intention of ending the fight at all, and his strength is also changing. Guan Yushin's strength also surpasses the sea of concentration. Mu Qingxun's eyes were closely watching the situation in the field. At this moment, with a change of Bianjuju's aura, Guan Yushin's face also became cold, and his aura began to change, and he also burst out with strength that surpassed the sea of concentration. And he was more unscrupulous than Tianyu. You, seeing this situation, Tianyu looked ferocious. You want to enter the heavenly gate with me? Tianyu looked at Guan Yushin and said. Entering the heavenly gate together, that's not it, I will beat you to death. Guan Yushin's eyes were cold. The power in his body never stopped, and the terrifying power was running faster than Tianyu. The power of Shinman lightning gathered. Boom. The first lightning fell instantly. The lightning went towards Guan Yushin and Tianyu. Thunder God's wrath. When the lightning fell, Guan Yushin roared, and the phantom of Thunder God appeared and merged with the lightning. Then, along with the lightning, he attacked Tianyu. Sword falls on the Milky Way, innate Zuan Wujin, Tianyu roared, and the long sword in his hand slashed out. A stream of ki appeared on his body, and a black turtle appeared in the ki. The sword light slashed towards Guan Yushin's attack. The black turtle ki on his body resisted the falling lightning. Bang! The ki on his body was shattered by the lightning. The sword light collided with the Thunder God's wrath, making a rumbling sound. The lightning poured into Tianju's body. Ah! Tianju burst into a scream. Bang! Then the whole person exploded and turned into blood mist. If he was to fight Shinman alone, Tianju would definitely be able to resist. But his sword slashed towards Guan Yushin's Thunder God's wrath. The Thunder God's wrath, which was fused with the power of the Heavenly Gate's lightning, was even more terrifying than the Heavenly Thunder. So he slashed towards the Thunder God, and the innate Genki Guan Yushin roared, and the innate Genki on his body surged, bearing the Heavenly Gate's lightning. His whole body was trembling, but the innate Genki was running rapidly, and he actually bore the first wave of power. The first wave blocked the Heavenly Gate's lightning and thunder condensed. Guan Yushin's true energy quickly converged, and in the blink of an eye, his aura disappeared. For a moment, it seemed as if he didn't exist. The Heavenly Gate could not sense it and disappeared. When the Heavenly Gate disappeared, Guan Yushin spit out a mouthful of blood. Looking at the Heavenly Gate, his brows frowned slightly. General Envoy, Chu Xiangayu appeared beside Guan Yushin and stretched out his hand to support Guan Yushin. Don't touch me for now, Guan Yushin said. But Chu Xiangayu's palm had already touched his body, and suddenly a force of lightning and thunder poured into his palm. The whole person's palm felt like it was burnt. He quickly retracted his palm, and the ki surged out, restoring his palm. Go back first, Guan Yushin said. The lightning of Shinman is so terrifying, Upiu frowned. This Guan Yushin is even more terrifying. He actually used his own ki to block the terrifying lightning, and it seems that the injury is not very serious, but he may encounter a more powerful force next time he steps on Shinman. The existence of Shinman is also to protect the warriors of this world, so that such a powerful existence will not be rampant. Elder Tianjuju died in the battle. I will report this news to Zhenwu Taoist Temple as soon as possible, Mu Kingsun said. Yang Yanlin is there. Should we take him away? Upi looked at Yang Yanlin, who was stunned in the field, and said, don't worry about him, let's leave first. This Guan Yushin is too strong. What kind of force is Xianaya Pavilion, and why does it have such a strong person? Mu Kingsun said. She didn't plan to meet Yang Yanlin. Take Upi away. Tianjuju was defeated, and this matter had a great impact. As the chief elder of this Henwu Taoist temple, he died at the hands of Guan Yushin, the 10-direction general envoy of Xianaya Pavilion. That means this Henwu Taoist temple is not as good as Xianaya Pavilion. This will form a momentum. The momentum of this Henwu Taoist temple disappears, and the momentum of Xianaya Pavilion rises. The warriors watching the battle are also extremely horrified at this moment. This battle is earth-shattering. Only one person in the field is in a state of chaos. That is Yang Yanlin. He doesn't believe what he sees at all. Tianjuju, the chief elder of this Henwu Taoist temple, died at the hands of Guan Yushin. Tianjuju is the leader of their father's lineage. Once he died, the strength of their lineage was greatly reduced. Although this Henwu Taoist temple is a Taoist holy land, there is also fierce competition. Looking around, he saw the figures of Mu Kingsun and Upi leaving. His eyes were full of jealousy. He went towards the two. Outside the city, Yang Yanlin followed Mu Kingsun and the others. Mu Kingsun, stop. Mu Kingsun, you have the power of blood, you can attack now. I believe that Guan Yushin is definitely not your opponent. Go and kill him, otherwise, I will report the matter of Upiu. Mu Yuanbing and Changchun Taoist to this Hanwu Taoist temple. Yang Yanlin rushed to Mu Qingxun. Tisk. When he rushed to Mu Qingxun and said these words, a sword light floated past. A blood mark appeared on Yang Yanlin's throat. It was not Upio who attacked, but Mu Qingxun. Yang Yanlin covered his throat and looked at Mu Qingxun in disbelief. Let me take action. Even if I have the power of blood, I am no match for Guan Yushin, and you shouldn't threaten me. Mu Qingxun, am not someone you can threaten. Since you want to threaten me, then die. If you die, no one will know that I killed you. I will tell your father that you are missing. As for whether you are dead or alive, your father doesn't know. While Mu Qingxun was talking, she grabbed Yang Yanlin's body with her palm and took it into the dense forest, and took out the corpse powder from her arms. In the blink of an eye, Yang Yanlin's body turned into a pool of thick water. Sometimes, women are more cruel than men. These 2 chapters are for today, and there will be no updates. Please be informed. Chapter 858, Heavenly Saint Sword Body, Dragon Elephant True Meaning, Heavenly Dragon True Blood, Heaven Devouring Vajra Finger. Upi looked at this scene, with a hint of surprise in her eyes. Mu Qingxun's move was too decisive. She sighed in her heart. Sometimes you can't underestimate the cruelty of women. They kill people when they disagree with each other. This way, no one will know that you killed Changchun Taoist and Mu Yuanbing, and there will be no problem for you to go to the Zhenwu Taoist temple with me. If there are doubts in the temple, they will only suspect Xian'ai Pavilion, but we can't say that their deaths are related to Xian'ai Pavilion. After all, with the strength of Xian'ai Pavilion, in the Lingjiang area, they may find out something, then they will find out about us, Mu Qingxun said. Hearing Mu Qingxun's words, Upi asked with some doubts, Guan Yushin killed Yan Jiju. Did the grudge already happen? Even if we don't say it, a war will inevitably break out between Zhenwu Taoist Temple and Xian'ai Pavilion. This Yan Jiju is the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. Hearing Upi's doubts, Mu Qingxun shook her head and said, that's not necessarily true. Now this Zhenwu Taoist Temple is divided into 3 factions. One advocates entering the world, and the other advocates seclusion from the world. Aren't there only 2? How come there is one missing? There is also a lineage of a head sect, which takes both into account. That's my master's lineage. Tianjiju is the leader of the worldly faction. The previous owner of this Henwu garden, Yang Su, was a figure of this lineage, which is why there was this Henwu garden in the capital. The strongest among them was Tianjiju. Now that Tianjiju is dead, the momentum of their lineage has weakened. However, the specific situation depends on how the head sect decides. The head sect of this Henwu Taoist temple has the greatest authority. That Guan Yushin can use his own skills to draw on the thunder and lightning of Xianmen, and you can also resist the thunder and lightning of Xianmen. This person's strength is a bit terrifying. It's better for us not to stay here, lest there be any problems and the other party won't let us leave, Mu Qingxun said. Upi nodded, and the 2 left quickly. Soon, the news that Guan Yushin killed Yan Zhuju of Zhenwu Taoist Temple in Xiangsha City spread throughout the Great Zhou dynasty. For a time, the world was in an uproar. Xian'ai Pavilion has been making a lot of moves recently. First, Ren Qianxing killed the sword master of Shangjian Lake and stepped into the Heavenly Gate. Another deputy pavilion master appeared and occupied the sword tomb of Shangjian Lake. Now, the 10 Directions General Envoy Guan Yushin has killed Yan Zhuju, the chief elder of Zhenwu Taoist Temple. This is definitely a big deal. It is much stronger than the momentum created by Qinglong Club. Su Chen, who is rushing to the direction of the Red Sun Palace, was sitting in the carriage and listening to Yuan Su'in's report. He was still a little shocked. The Thunder God is angry, and the power of thunder and lightning continues. Guan Yushin is really courageous. Has General Envoy Guan reported the reaction after the thunder? General Envoy Guan feels that if Xianmen appears again, the power against him will surge, and I am afraid he will leave. If he doesn't leave, he may not be able to withstand the thunder and lightning, Yuan Su'in said. Su Chen was not surprised to hear Yuan Su'in's words. If it is true as Li Hangqiu said, that Xianmen is protecting this world, then this situation is very normal and will not allow you to have such strong strength. In order to ensure that Upi can enter the Zhenwu Taoist Temple, together, Mu Qingxun actually killed Yang Yanlin. Su Chen was also a little surprised to hear this. The host subordinate Gu Shantong used the Emperor's key-looking technique to devour the remaining sword energy of the strong men of all generations in the sword tomb of the Holy Sword Lake, and condensed the Heavenly Saint sword body in one fell swoop. Reward 3 orange lottery cards. Seeing this situation, Su Chen's eyes were stunned. He didn't expect that Gu Shantong actually devoured all the remaining sword energy in the sword tomb of the Holy Sword Lake and condensed the Heavenly Saint sword body. This is a bit scary. Gu Shantong's own strength is at a broken level, and now in this situation, I'm afraid it's even stronger. I don't know if the attack power of the sword body can break through Guan Yushin's innate energy, Su Chen thought to himself. Then he drew the 3 orange lottery cards. Upiu is the exclusive character who has obtained the Dragon Elephant True Meaning. Guan Yushin is the exclusive character who has obtained a drop of Heavenly Dragon True Blood, and Bai Tianyu is the exclusive character who has obtained the Heaven Devouring Diamond Finger. Su Chen was slightly surprised when he saw this information. This is to enhance the strength of Upiu, Guan Yushin and Bai Tianyu. Investigate the Dragon Elephant True Meaning. The Dragon Elephant True Meaning can comprehend the body of the Dragon Elephant. Upiu is born with divine power. With the Dragon Elephant True Meaning, he can increase his own strength and condense the Dragon Elephant God, thereby tempering his physique and forming the body of the Dragon Elephant in the later stage. Heavenly Dragon True Blood, a drop of blood from the ancient Heavenly Dragon, contains terrifying power and a trace of Heavenly Dragon True Power. If you can comprehend it, you will have Heavenly Dragon True Power. Heaven Devouring Diamond Finger, a vicious fingertip technique. Once you practice it, you can fight with others and penetrate the opponent's body, then you can absorb the essence and blood in the body and improve your own strength. It is a cold and cold technique that quickly improves strength. This is actually a cold and cold skill. It doesn't match the name, but it's very powerful. Bai Tianyu has this skill, and his strength will definitely be further improved. This time the harvest is not bad, Su Chen thought to himself. How many days do we have to get to Suchen? Su Chen asked. We still have 2 days to get to Suchen? Master, where will we live after we get to Suchen? Liang Changbi, don't you have Wuge Villa? Without alerting others, live in Wuge Villa. You notify Liang Changbi, Su Chen ordered. After Liang Changbi accepted Zhao Hao's power transmission, combined with his own martial arts, he realized his own divine power and stepped into the level of sea concentration. Su Chen set Liang Changbi as the 12th Hall Master of the Qinglong Club, the Master of the July Hall, and Murenfu became the Master of the August Hall. The Master of the June Hall is the new character Yan Nanfei. The 9 Hall Masters of the 12 Halls of the Qinglong Club have been gathered. Wuge Villa outside Suchen. Liang Changbi was sitting in the hall, looking at the letter in his hand, with a happy look on his face. Young Master Su came to Suchen. He was going to stay at his Wuge Villa, which was his honor. My husband, what are you so happy about? Li Yimei, who was standing by, asked Liang Changbi with a smile on her face. Young Master Su of the Qinglong Society came to Suchen and will stay at my Wuge Villa. Liang Changbi did not hide it from Li Yimei. Li Yimei would gradually know many things in the future. Li Yimei was his wife, and there were some things that did not need to be hidden. The main reason was that the Qinglong Society had already gained momentum. Young Master Su of the Qinglong Society came and wanted to stay at our Wuge Villa. Is he a big shot? Then we must entertain him well. Li Yimei showed surprise on her face. Everything remains the same, just make preparations in secret. Actually, Yimei, there is something I want to tell you. I am actually a member of the Green Dragon Society, or rather, a member of the Young Dragon Chief. After my strength increased, the Young Dragon Chief promoted me to the leader of the July Hall of the Green Dragon Society, Liang Changbi said. Chapter 859 Revenge, Killing Liang Changbi and Li Yimei. Hearing Liang Changbi's words, Li Yimei was surprised. Although she had some doubts about Liang Changbi's identity, she didn't expect Liang Changbi to be the leader of the Qinglong Club. She was even more surprised that Liang Changbi would tell her this. But then she showed a worried look on her face. Will telling me this affect your position in the Qinglong Club? Liang Changbi didn't have so many burdens in this life, so he perfectly embodied his own kinghood aura. Under this temperament, Li Yimei had given her whole heart to Liang Changbi. So she was a little worried that Liang Changbi would be affected by telling her this news. It's okay. This is the consent of the Young Dragon Chief. It will be fine, Liang Changbi said. Master, just as they were talking, a servant walked in. "What's the matter, master? This is a message from our spy in the Red Sun Hall." The man handed the secret report in his hand to Lian Chengbi. Lian Chengbi opened the secret letter and frowned slightly. He waved his hand and said, "You go down first." The man quickly retreated. After the Red Sun Palace attacked Su Chen, Lian Chengbi sent people into the Red Sun Palace to get information. Moreover, some time ago, he also killed Liu Mushin, the eldest disciple of the Red Sun Palace. Although it was a secret killing, it was also a state of enmity. Naturally, the situation of the Red Sun Palace must be monitored. "What happened to my husband?" Seeing the change in Lian Chengbi's face, Li Yimri couldn't help but speak out. Although Li Yimri has no martial arts and only knows a little bit now, she is talented and often helps Lian Chengbi deal with some things. "Take a look." Lian Chengbi handed the secret letter in his hand to Li Yimri. Li Yimri frowned slightly after reading the secret letter. The Red Sun Palace has established a relationship with the Murin family. The Murin family is in the capital, but they have royal relations. Although the royal family has changed now, it is still very strong, Li Yimri said. The Murin family doesn't care. If the Qinglong society can destroy the Nanguang family, it can destroy the Murin family, but the Murin family should know what kind of relationship the Red Sun Palace has with my Qinglong society. They still do such things. I don't know whether they are intentional or unintentional, Lian Chengbi said coldly. If it is intentional, then Lian Chengbi can think that the Murin family wants to be the enemy of their Qinglong society. Let's pass the information of the investigation to the young dragon chief first, and let the young dragon chief decide, Li Yimri said. At this moment, Lian Chengbi could only nod. In another Red Sun Palace, in addition to the palace master Qi Zhenyang and the deputy palace master Lu Ming, there is also a woman wearing a fiery red long skirt, with a curvy figure and a beautiful face. The woman exudes a hot breath, coupled with her curvy figure, which is very attractive. Yatter, thanks to you this time, otherwise, we would not be able to get in touch with the Murin family, Qi Zhenyang said. Father, as a member of the Qiyang Palace, I must help the Qiyang Palace at this time. However, Father, I have already helped you get involved with Murin Xingchen and the Murin family, so shouldn't we avenge the eldest brother? The one who killed the eldest brother is Lian Chengbi. I want him dead. Hatred flashed in the eyes of the woman in the red dress. However, capture Lian Chengbi and that bitch Li Yimri together. I want to use their bodies to commemorate the eldest brother, Li Yimri said. Niece, now the matter of the Qinglong society is expected to be resolved. Lian Chengbi killed our Cherry Palace eldest disciple. He must die. For this matter, I will personally go to Wuge Villa to capture Lian Chengbi and Li Yimri, and how to deal with them at that time will be left to you, my niece, Deputy Palace Master Lu Ming said. Lu Ming and the others didn't know who killed Liu Mushin. But Qi Yatter thought it was Lian Chengbi, so now it was Lian Chengbi who killed Liu Mushin. Because Qi Yatter is the key to the connection between their Qi Palace and the Murin family. Murin Xingchen agreed to help them Qi Palace because of Qi Yatter. Thank you very much, Uncle Lu. I'll leave this matter to Uncle Lu. I'll go back to my courtyard first. Qi Yatter thanked Lu Ming after hearing his words, and said goodbye and left the hall. After Qi Yatter left, Qi Zhenyang said in a deep voice, Lian Chengbi had contact with Fu Hongsu, the fourth leader of the Qinglong society, and Qiao Feng, the leader of the Beggars sect. I'm afraid they have a relationship, Palace Master. If Lian Chengbi had a relationship with the Qinglong society, Lian Chengbi would have killed the stranger long ago, instead of waiting for the Red Sun Palace to offend the Qinglong society before killing again. I suspect that Lian Chengbi just wants to take advantage of the situation. Palace Master, I know what you are worried about. In fact, it doesn't matter whether Lian Chengbi has a relationship with the Qinglong society or not. Now that Murin Xingchen is obsessed with Yatter, we can capture Lian Chengbi and others to test whether the Qinglong society has a relationship with Lian Chengbi, Lu Ming said. Hearing this, Qi Zhenyang's eyes lit up. When we catch them, ask Murin Xingchen to come again. In this case, if Lian Chengbi has nothing to do with the Qinglong society, then everything will be fine. If there is, we can also drag Murin Xingchen into the water, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace said in a deep voice. The Lord is still better. I'll do it now, Lu Ming bowed. In the backyard of the Red Earth Palace, in front of a courtyard. This courtyard was the courtyard that Liu Mushin had lived in before. After Liu Mushin died, Qi Yatter moved in. Push the door and enter a wing room on the right. In the wing room, a small grass emitting 7 strange colors is in a flower pot. This small grass emitting 7 strange colors is called the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. After watering Li Yimei's whole body with a God-given blood, I believe you will be able to fully mature. At that time, I may be able to use your 7 absolute life-destroying key to comprehend the 7 absolute life-destroying divine power, and step into the sea to concentrate in one fell swoop. Qi Yair looked at the 7 absolute life-destroying grass and murmured. Qi Yair and Liu Musheng had already secretly decided to spend their lives together, but outsiders didn't know about it. Liu Musheng approached Li Yimei and pursued Li Yimei, just to make Li Yimei a blood slave for them to cultivate the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. Now that Liu Musheng is dead, Qi Yair wants to kill Li Yimei and use her whole body of blood to water the 7 absolute life-destroying grass in front of her to help her gather divine power. Murinxingchen, you are really lucky. Qi Yair couldn't help but think of Murinxingchen at this time, with a trace of disgust in her eyes. Late at night, Wuqi Villa, 3 figures landed outside a wing room. The figures landed, and the 3 people did not hide their breath. Inside the room, Liang Chengbi on the bed opened his eyes, and a trace of coldness flashed in his eyes. Get up. When he got up, Li Yimei sensed Liang Chengbi's movement and opened his eyes. Someone is coming, I'll go meet them, you stay in the room. Liang Chengbi put on his clothes. He opened the door and walked out. Looking at the 3 people in the courtyard, his eyes condensed slightly. Luming, the deputy hall master of the Red Sun Hall, brought people here late at night, what's the purpose? Liang Chengbi looked at the 3 people in the courtyard and snorted. Liang Chengbi, you killed my Red Sun Hall's eldest disciple Liu Musheng. Today I was ordered to bring you and your wife to my Red Sun Hall. Lu Ming looked at Liang Chengbi and said, take my wife and me to the Red Sun Hall. Do you know where this place is? This is the Wuqi Villa. It's not a place where you can act wild at will. Since you come uninvited, I will send your bodies back to the Red Sun Hall. Liang Chengbi's eyes revealed murderous intent. There is no need to talk nonsense, just fight and kill. Boom. At the moment he spoke, a terrifying aura erupted from his body, and the whole courtyard moved automatically without wind under this aura. Chapter 860, There is a road to heaven but you don't take it, there is no form or shape, but a sword hidden in the sleeve. Seeing the aura bursting out from Liang Chengbi, Lu Ming, the leader, showed surprise in his eyes. Your strength, he was about to speak, but Liang Chengbi had already moved, his whole body turned into a residual shadow, and in the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Lu Ming, raised his palms, and slapped them suddenly, at an extremely fast speed. Bang! Bang! The 2 people who followed Lu Ming were slapped and flew backwards before they could come to their senses. Puff! Both of them spit out blood at the same time. One of them tried to struggle to stand up, but before he could stand up, he fell to the ground and died. As for the other person, he was twitching on the ground, also seriously injured. If he was not treated in time, he would probably die. There is a road to heaven, but you don't take it. There is no door to hell, so you send it up. Liang Chengbi looked at Lu Ming with cold eyes. It seems that you really killed Liu Musheng. Lu Ming had some suspicion that Liang Chengbi killed Liu Musheng, but he was not sure in his heart. But now it is certain that it was Liang Chengbi who killed Liu Musheng. Yes, some people are not something he can target, so he deserves to die. For example, the same goes for you who came here today, Lu Ming, Deputy Hall Master of the Red Sun Hall. It is rumored that you have already practiced the Red Sun Hall's Red Flame Black Flow to perfection and condensed the Red Flame Black Flow divine power. I really want to see it today. Liang Chengbi looked at Lu Ming and said coldly. Humph, Lu Ming snorted coldly, but he was extremely vigilant in his heart. The other party faced him with a relaxed expression. From this point of view, the other party's strength may have reached the level of sea concentration. I didn't expect that it would turn out like this when I thought it was a simple, easy thing. He had some secret hatred in his heart. But in this situation, Liang Chengbi would not let him leave, so he had to take action. The mind was the same. He stepped forward, and a strong true energy burst out from his body, with a faint divine power, pressing towards Liang Chengbi. Liang Chengbi, if you want to see it, I will let you see it. Divine power, red flame and black flow. Boom! A black breath diffused behind him. In this breath, there was also a burning feeling like charcoal, as if it was going to burn everything. Red flame, black flow, with the appearance of divine power, Lu Ming rushed out, clenched his palm into a fist, and the red flame and black flow condensed on his fist. With one punch, it was like a blazing black hole, burning everything. Facing Lu Ming's divine power, Liang Chengbi also had a divine power. His martial arts practice was mainly based on Xiao Hao's martial arts. The strongest martial arts of Xiao Hao was an evil practice that combined the illusion and ninjutsu of Japan. It has no form and can mutate the body. Of course, after coming to this world, Liang Chengbi found that he could perform such martial arts without cutting off his arms. And he also combined this practice to create his own divine power when he was concentrating in the sea, which was formless and invisible. Divine power, formless and invisible. However, this divine power is not directed to the outside, but only to his own body, which is very different from the external divine power. Of course, the divine power has the same aura. When the fiery fist hit Liang Chengbi's body turned into a dark figure under Lu Ming's fist, and appeared on the other side in a blink of an eye. Boom! The fist landed on the ground. Bricks and stones flew on the ground. What a weird martial arts! Lu Ming's eyes suddenly condensed after missing the attack. The move that Liang Chengbi just avoided was too weird. He turned into a black shadow silently, looking towards a place. Liang Chengbi's figure appeared. I want to see how you dodge. Black flow, red land, Lu Ming shouted in a low voice, clapped his palms, and a stream of black true energy burst out from his palms. The black airflow carried hot energy, like a volcanic eruption, magma gushing out, and red land for thousands of miles, covering Liang Chengbi. For a while, the originally bright moonlit night became a little dark and deep. Lu Ming's face was ferocious, and he slapped his hands fiercely. Suddenly, the black energy burst the air, and countless air made a hissing sound under this hot black flow. Looking at the attack, Liang Chengbi's eyes condensed slightly. He clenched his palm into a fist. Xian Liu, Xianchen, the true energy in his body surged, and his fist also punched out, and a stream of true energy gushed out of his fist. The gushing true energy turned into a giant peak. The giant peak floated to resist the falling black flow, and it also emitted a heavy force faintly. Qinglong Society, and Xian'ai Pavilion, have conquered many forces and collected the martial arts of these forces. Liang Chengbi and others also have the right to read these martial arts. This is a martial art he has just cultivated recently, called Xian Liu's Henshin. It is to transform the mountain with qi and suppress the opponent. The qi is condensed like a mountain, exuding a sense of pressure, and it is also more powerful. The two forces collided. The giant peak collided with a black fox. The two forces exploded at the same time. The raging energy spread in all directions. It's time. A cold light flashed in Liang Chengbi's eyes, and his figure suddenly rushed out, forming a strange black shadow. The black shadow was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, it appeared in front of Lu Ming. As soon as it appeared, the figure raised his arm, and a long sword appeared in his sleeve. Liang Chengbi's sword in his sleeve. The sword came out. It looked like a warm spring breeze, but it was very fast, and the sword light disappeared in an instant. In Xiao Xi Lang, someone commented on Xiao Xi Lang and Liang Chengbi like this. Xiao Xi Lang's swordsmanship is like wind, thunder and lightning, while Liang Chengbi's swordsmanship is like a warm spring breeze. The two of them are one hard and one soft, and they have reached the pinnacle. In this world, his sword has never fallen for a day. Lu Ming was in a state of surprise because he failed to suppress Liang Chengbi with one blow. Unexpectedly, Liang Chengbi suddenly attacked with a long sword in his sleeve. Before he could react, the sword light penetrated his own true energy and pierced into his throat. Lu Ming looked at the sword on his throat and wanted to grab the sword. Swish, the sword light was retracted. Liang Chengbi stepped aside. Lu Ming covered his neck. Why are you so strong? Who are you? Since you are dead, I can tell you. I am the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Society. Liang Chengbi glanced at the other party and said coldly. Hearing Liang Chengbi's words, Lu Ming's eyes were horrified. He didn't expect Liang Chengbi to be the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Society. I deserved my defeat, he wanted to say this. But he didn't say it, and his body had fallen to the ground. In the blink of an eye, he stopped breathing. Liang Chengbi came to the injured person who fell to the ground before. This person was a survivor that Liang Chengbi had deliberately left behind before. He really wanted to know how the Red Sun Hall determined that he had killed Liu Mushin. Tell me, why do you think I killed Liu Mushin? I may be able to spare your life. Otherwise, I will let you know what it means to be worse than death. Lian Chengbi's cold voice reached the ears of the gasping man. A glimmer of light appeared in the eyes of the panting man. We didn't know you killed Lian Mushin, but the eldest lady wanted to use the two of you to commemorate Lian Mushin. The eldest lady is now Murin Xinjian's woman, so Deputy Palace Master Lu brought us here to arrest you, the man said panting. Qi Yar, the eldest lady of the Red Sun Palace, is Murin Xinjian's woman. No wonder. Lian Chengbi, who was speaking, raised his palm and landed on the other person's head. Bang! The head cracked. The man died with his eyes wide open. Didn't you just say you would spare my life? Why did you smash my head? Chapter 861 Murin Xinjian, eaten up, was calculated. Qixingtang is the property of the Muring family in Jiangnan. The head of Qixingtang is Murin Xinjian, the third son of the Muring family. As for why it is named Qixingtang, this has something to do with the Qixing Palace, one of the three palaces in the Jiangnan area. Murin Xinjian, the third son of the Muring family, is famous for liking all kinds of beauties. Lan Haidang, the head of the Qixing Palace, a famous beauty in the Jiangnan area, she was ranked 4th in the last Xiangxin list. Murin Xinjian set his eyes on Lan Haidang, so he founded Qixingtang not far from the Qixing Palace. His goal is to take down Lan Haidang. But for so many years, he has not taken down Lan Haidang. Murin Xinjian is holding a brush in his hand and is painting a portrait of a beauty. Murin Xinjian has a tall figure and a handsome face, and has the aura of a disciple from an aristocratic family. His eyes look very deep. As the brush in his hand moves, the beauty on the portrait gradually takes shape. She is a beautiful woman wearing a red long skirt and has a curvy figure. It is Qiyar from the Qiyang Palace. He had a habit of drawing a picture of anyone he had been with or slept with as a souvenir. Third young master, there's a letter from the eldest lady. After Murin Xinjian finished writing, an old man in a green robe came to Murin Xinjian. A letter from my sister, she rarely writes to me. Murin Xinjian was a little confused and took the letter and opened it. When he opened the letter, his face changed slightly. Uncle Qing, you should know the content of the letter. Murin Xinjian looked at the old man beside him and said, Old slave, I guessed that it should be related to the Red Sun Palace. Uncle Qing beside him said, My sister asked me not to have anything to do with the Red Sun Palace. Murin Xinjian said. The Red Sun Palace had previously joined forces with the Nanguang family, the Ho family and other forces to besiege and kill Su Chen, the young leader of the Green Dragon Society. Now the Nanguang family and the Ho family have been destroyed by the Green Dragon Society, and the next one should be the Red Sun Palace. The ancestor of the Red Sun Palace appeared in the Lai family a few days ago and died in that battle. Qi Yar is approaching the third young master at this time, obviously hoping to use our Muring family to save their Red Sun Palace. The young master accepted Qi Yar. And the outside world is now saying that the Red Sun Palace has joined forces with my Muring family. The eldest lady will naturally write to the third young master, Uncle Qing said. The Green Dragon Society is now too powerful, not to mention that His Highness Qingjian, who is supported by many elders in the family, has a friendship with the young leader of the Green Dragon Society. The clan naturally does not want the Muring family to have a conflict with the Green Dragon Society. Uncle Qing paused and continued. It seems that I have to give up another beauty. Murin Xinjian looked at the portrait in front of him and sighed. Master, you have taken Qi Yar's virginity. It is useless to you. It is okay to abandon it, but third master, the martial arts world is changing now. You need to improve your cultivation as soon as possible, otherwise, the pressure from the eldest lady will be a bit too much, said Uncle Qing. Uncle Qing, why don't you tie up Lan Haidang? Maybe my heavenly desire 9 transformations will be perfected, said Murin Xinjian to Uncle Qing. Uncle Qing lowered his head and said nothing, as if he didn't hear. But I really want to meet this young Master Su. I had my eyes on Mu Qingsu of the Red Sandalwood Palace before, but I didn't expect that Mu Qingsu had a relationship with him, so I gave up, and Qi Yar, who rejected me before, threw herself into his arms because of him. I really have to thank this young Master Su, Murin Xinjian said. At this time, a disciple of the 7 Stars Hall trotted in from outside. Third young master, Cherry Hall, Qi Yar is here. She is in the lobby. Although Murin Xinjian is in charge of the 7 Stars Hall, he asked the people in the hall to call him third young master. Qi Yar is here at this time. Murin Xinjian was a little confused. Let's go and take a look. Murin Xinjian stood up and went to the hall with the old man. In the lobby, Qi Yar was wearing a blue and white long dress. The hotness of the past disappeared, but her figure was still bumpy, and she also exuded a taste of ripe peach. Such a contrast made her look more seductive. Looking at Qi Ya's dress, Murinxingchen's eyes lit up. Seeing Murinxingchen appear, Qi Ya walked in front of him, leaned against him, and said softly, "Third young master, I came here this time because my father wants to invite you to the Cherry Hall." Although she hated Murinxingchen in her heart, she was very docile on the surface. "The palace master invited me, so of course I have to go. I'll go prepare some things first, and then I'll go with you," Murinxingchen said, holding Qi Ya's waist. Qi Ya's face showed joy when she heard Murinxingchen's words. "Just wait for me here, Uncle Qing. Come with me to the back hall," Murinxingchen said. Uncle Qing nodded. The two went to the back hall. "Qi Zinayang invited me to the Red Sun Palace at this time. Is there something wrong?" Murinxingchen asked in a deep voice. Uncle Qing, who followed behind him, frowned slightly. "Old slave, ask now." Uncle Qing separated from Murinxingchen. Murinxingchen stood there waiting. After a while, Uncle Qing returned. "Something happened last night." Lu Ming, the deputy hall master of the Red Sun Hall, led people to Wuge Villa, but did not return. The owner of Wuge Villa, Liang Chengbi, had previously crossed paths with Fu Hongsu, the four dragon leaders of the Green Dragon Society, and Qiao Feng, the leader of the beggar gang. He also killed the leader of the Zugate and took charge of the Xiangxing sect. Now in Suchen, he is very powerful. Lu Ming has not been able to come out of Wuge Villa for a night. It seems that he is in danger. Uncle Qing said what he knew. Although Lu Ming's level of concentration in the sea is average, he is still a strong man in the sea anyway. He entered Wuge Villa and did not come out, which means that there are strong men in Wuge Villa who are in the sea. It seems that Qi Zinayang feels that this Wuge Villa is not ordinary, so he asked me to go to Red Sun Hall. He wants to use me to stabilize their Red Sun Hall and deter others. Murinxingchen snorted coldly. Then third young master, are we still going to the Red Sun Hall? Otherwise, I will just postpone this matter, Uncle Qing said. Sister doesn't allow us to get involved in the affairs between the Red Sun Hall and the Qinglong Society. Lian Chengbi of Wuge Villa has a relationship with the Qinglong Society, and the beggars sect you. If you get involved, you will be stuck in the mud. It seems that I will be a heartless person. Murinxingchen sighed. Return to the lobby. In the lobby, Qi Ya looked at Murinxingchen, who was returning, and found that he had nothing in his hand, with some confusion on his face. "Yair, there was an urgent matter in the hall just now, and I have to deal with it. I will go to the Red Sun Hall another day." "I'm really sorry," Murinxingchen said. Hearing Murinxingchen's words, Qi Ya's face changed. She knew that Murinxingchen knew something, so she refused. She was angry. Murinxingchen would actually be like this. He wanted to wipe it clean after eating it, before he got her. But he agreed to everything. Now, even though I just wanted him to go to the Red Sun Palace, he refused to go. "Third young master, since you don't have time to go to my Red Sun Palace for the time being, can you do me a favor? There's news that Liang Chengbi from Wuge Villa killed my Red Sun Palace, senior brother Liu Mushin. I wonder if you can ask Liang Chengbi to come here. I want to know in person." As Qi Ya spoke, she continued to approach Murinxingchen. She whispered, "As long as I meet him, I will listen to you tonight." A trace of heat emanated from Qi Ya's mouth. Murinxingchen pondered for a moment and said, "Uncle Qing, please ask the owner of Lian Manor. It's okay to just meet him once." And he also wanted to meet Liang Chengbi. He wanted to see if he had any relationship with Qinglong Society. "Thank you, third young master." Qi Ya kissed Murinxingchen. Uncle Qing took the order and walked out of the hall. When she walked out of the hall, Qi Ya sent a message to the maid who came with her. "Send a message to my father and tell him that Murinxingchen has retreated a little. I have already found a way to get Murinxingchen to invite Liang Chengbi out. After Liang Chengbi leaves, let my father send someone to Wuge Villa to bring Li Yimei to the Red Sun Palace." The reason why she wanted Murinxingchen to invite Liang Chengbi was to transfer Liang Chengbi away so that she could catch Li Yimei. In this way, not only could Murinxingchen be dragged into the water, but Li Yimei could also be obtained. When she returns, she will be killed and watered on the 7 absolute life-extinguishing grass. At any time, women should not be underestimated. Chapter 862, Red Sun Palace, Bloodsword Hall, 12 Sword Masters, fighting into Wuge Villa. Wuge Villa. Liang Chengbi looked at Uncle Qing who came. He didn't expect Murinxingchen to send someone to invite him to 7-star Hall. Wuge Villa and 7-star Hall have not been handed over yet, nor have they cooperated in any way. Looking at the steward of 7-star Hall in front of him, Liang Chengbi showed a hint of surprise in his eyes. This steward Qing exudes a huge martial arts aura. The true energy around his body cannot be condensed, but sometimes it is invisible, forming invisible energy and water flow. Show your strength. Li Qing, the steward of 7-star Hall, always followed Murinxingchen. Perhaps it can be said that this person has been managing the affairs of 7-star Hall. I don't know if Master Liang can go to my 7-star Hall to talk to the third young master. Li Qing looked at Liang Chengbi and said, since the third young master Muring invited you, and you, steward Qing, are here in person, of course I have to give you face. Liang Chengbi also wanted to test Murinxingchen. See what Murinxingchen thinks. Go tell my wife that I'm going to the 7-stars Hall, Liang Chengbi said to the servant outside the door. Chief Steward Qing, let's go. Then he said to Chief Steward Qing. Seeing Liang Chengbi's agreement, Chief Steward Qing smiled. When he saw Liang Chengbi, he sensed a breath from Liang Chengbi, a very strong breath. Liang Chengbi's strength was much stronger than what was said outside. Before entering Wuge Villa, he explored and found no other masters. So Lu Ming was probably killed by Liang Chengbi. The two walked out of Wuge Villa, and stepped on the carriage that Chief Steward Qing had come to earlier, heading towards the direction of the 7-stars Hall. At this moment, outside Wuge Villa, two figures looked at the departing carriage, nodded to each other, and one of them left quickly. Not far away, in a mountain temple, a man wearing a robe of the Red Sun Hall was sitting cross-legged in the temple. There were 12 people accompanying him around him. These people all held long swords in their hands. There are 13 brown horses outside the temple. They are all from the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Hall. The Deputy Hall Master Lu Ming attacked the Wuge Villa at night and there is no news. They are in a hurry to go down the mountain to find out the news. The leader's eyes are cold, as if he is not disturbed by external objects. In front of him is a black long knife. This person is a master of knife. Hall Master, the person who was in Wuge Villa just now entered the temple and bowed. Liang Chengbi has left Wuge Villa, and we can enter Wuge Villa. Hearing the report from the visitor, the man who was sitting cross-legged stood up and grasped the long knife in his hand. He just received a secret report from the Hall Master, asking them to enter Wuge Villa and take Li Yimi away. Okay, let's enter Wuge Villa. Killing intent filled his eyes. They found out some information about Wuge Villa. None of the guards of Wuge Villa went out last night. Only Liang Chengbi took action. Now that Liang Chengbi has left, they can enter Wuge Villa and take Li Yimi away. Inside the temple, the 12 swordsmen quickly mounted their horses and followed the leader, riding towards Wuge Villa. After a while, outside Wuge Villa, 13 giant horses stopped. The leader dismounted. Bang! The man with a knife cut a copper casting outside Wuge Villa in half with one knife. Who is it? The disciples in Wuge Villa saw this and shouted. But as soon as the disciple spoke, a knife flashed. Swish! The disciple was split in two. Enemy attack! Seeing this, the other disciples shouted. Kill! The 12-knife domain formation, the leader shouted. The 12 people who followed him drew their long knives and headed towards Wuge Villa. The 12 people's swordsmanship was connected and formed into one. The people who met them were instantly killed by the sword energy. After killing one person, the 12 swords appeared on their bodies, crisscrossing and pushing forward. Not good. The Red Sun Palace, the 12 swordsmen, some warriors recruited by Liang Chengbi saw this situation and their faces changed drastically. We are not opponents. Tell the wife to leave and tell the owner to return. Send a letter. Before he finished speaking, a sword light appeared, and the head flew up, and blood poured out. I will catch Li Yimi, you kill. The leader shouted and rushed towards the inner court. Wuge Villa has recently gathered some people, but they are not powerful masters. Seeing the 12 swordsmen of Red Sun Palace take action, some people did not dare to resist and fled. Some people wanted to resist, but the 12 swords swept over and were instantly split into several halves. The blood stimulated people, increased people's fear mentality. The whole Wuge Villa was in chaos. Backyard Li Yimi didn't expect that as soon as Liang Chengbi left, the people from the Red Sun Hall came to kill him, and her face changed drastically. Queer, Go and inform the owner of the manor and tell him not to enter the 7-star hall, Li Yimri said to the maid beside her. The 7-star hall's chief steward took Liang Chengbi away, and the people from the Red Sun Hall came to kill him. She thought that the 7-star hall was helping the Red Sun Hall deal with their Wuki villa. At this moment, she was very worried about Liang Chengbi's safety. The 7-star hall would have an ambush to plot against Liang Chengbi. Madam, I won't leave, I want to be with you, the maid beside her said. The owner of the manor is in danger, you must inform the owner. I can't leave, I go with you, and you can't leave either, go quickly, find the owner of the manor, maybe I can still live, Li Yimri said very calmly. The maid beside her had followed her since she was a child. She didn't want to leave. This is an order, go quickly, go through the backyard, follow the fleeing crowd, Li Yimri said commandingly. Seeing this, the maid could only cry and leave. In the courtyard, Li Yimri stood alone. A figure walked in from outside, his body stained with blood. Looking at Li Yimri standing in the courtyard. You didn't run away, you have some courage, madam, come with me, the man looked at Li Yimri and said coldly. The order he received was to take Li Yimri back to Red Sun Hall. Take me away, what do you want to do, Li Yimri said coldly. Palace master, you should be glad that I let you return to Red Sun Hall, not let me take your body back, otherwise, you will lie on the ground like the people outside, the man with a knife said coldly. I will go with you, you stop killing, Li Yimri said. You have no right to choose, the man with a knife had cold eyes. Li Yimri's eyes were dim, with worry on her face, but her expression was calm. She walked out of the courtyard, Wuki Villa the body fell to the ground and blood flowed. Some buildings collapsed. Outside the villa, Li Yimri was grabbed by the leader and left on horseback. At this moment, the news of the incident at Wuki Villa had spread. Many people also knew that the head of the Blood Blade Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Red Blood Blade, led his 12 sword masters to massacre Wuki Villa. They also abducted the wife of Wuki Villa and returned to the Red Sun Hall. At this time, Liang Chengbi was on his way to the 7-star hall and was not aware of the incident at Wuki Villa. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 863, Sioux City gathers and goes to Red Sun Palace. Outside the 7 Stars Hall, a carriage stopped. Liang Chengbi and Butler Qing got off the carriage and looked at the 7 Stars Hall in front of them. The entrance of the 7 Stars Hall was a manor. There were guards outside the entrance. When he saw Liang Chengbi and Butler Qing get off the carriage, he immediately saluted them. Please. Liang Manor Master, Butler Qing waved his hand. Liang Chengbi nodded and prepared to step into the 7 Stars Hall. Manor Master, at this moment, a galloping horse rushed over quickly. Be careful, it's dangerous, the 7 Stars Hall deceived you. The people from the Red Sun Hall broke into our Wuki Villa, and the lady was taken away by the people from the Red Sun Hall. Manor Master, go and save the lady. The one who came was the maid who was beside Li Yimri before. She came at full speed after leaving the villa. What? Liang Chengbi's expression changed, and his figure quickly separated from Butler Qing, and his figure flashed and appeared in front of the maid. Queer, what did you say? What happened to Madam? Liang Chengbi felt what gentleness was in this life. Li Yimri was devoted to him. As they got along, he fell in love with Li Yimri. Not long after you left, the people from the Red Sun Palace rushed into the Wuki Mountain Villa, and killed many people. Madam was afraid that the owner of the villa was in danger, so she asked me to come and tell him that he was in danger and could not enter the 7-star hall, Kuir said hurriedly. After hearing this, Liang Chengbi's eyes flashed with coldness. He looked at the steward Qing, then grabbed Kuir, jumped on the horse, and left quickly with his men. Now the focus is not to argue with the 7-star hall, but to go to the Red Sun Hall immediately to save people. Liang Chengbi's eyes flashed with endless murderous intent. If something happened to his wife, he must kill Murin Xingchen and leave the 7-star hall with nothing alive. At the entrance of the 7-star hall, the steward Qing's expression also changed. He also heard the conversation between Liang Chengbi and the others. Not good, he quickly went into the 7-star hall. Inside the 7-star hall, Murinxingchen was half lying under the shade of a tree, and a maid beside him was feeding him fruit. Third master, something happened. Manager Qing came to Murinxingchen quickly and said. Something happened, Uncle Qing, didn't you go to see Lian Chengbi? Lian Chengbi won't give me, Murinxingchen, face. Murinxingchen looked at Manager Qing and saw that there was no one behind him, and couldn't help but speak. Lian Chengbi came with me, but just now someone from Wuge Villa said that as soon as we left, the people from Qiri Palace rushed into Wuge Villa. The people from Qiri Palace also kidnapped Lian Chengbi's wife Li Yimei. Third master, where is Qi Yager? Manager Qing couldn't help but ask. Just now she said she felt a little uncomfortable and said she wanted to rest for a while, but you said that the people from Qiri Palace rushed into Wuge Villa. Murinxingchen stood up and said with a gloomy face. Go, call Qi Yager, Murinxingchen said to the attendant beside him. The attendant left quickly. After a while, the attendant returned. Third young master, we didn't see Qi Yager in the wing room, but the guard said that Qi Yager left Keixing Hall not long ago, the attendant said. Bitch, you are using me. Hearing this, Murinxingchen's face turned ferocious. It was the first time he was played like this by a woman. Investigate what happened in Wuge Villa, Murinxingchen ordered in a deep voice. Uncle Qing, let's go to the lobby first. Murinxingchen stepped towards the lobby. In the lobby, third young master, it seems that this time, Red Sun Hall wants to drag you into the water. We should go to Red Sun Hall now, said Qing, the chief steward. The people of Red Sun Hall just kidnapped Li Yimei, which means they don't mean to kill her. Then Li Yimei will not be in danger for the time being. If I go to Red Sun Hall now, I won't be able to explain it clearly at that time, Murinxingchen said. Third master, Lian Chengbi has already rushed to the Red Sun Palace, and Qi Yang should be thinking of using Li Yimei to threaten Lian Chengbi. If we don't take action, once Lian Chengbi is really related to the Blue Dragon Society, if he gets into trouble, I'm afraid it will be difficult for us to get away with it, Butler Qing said. If Lian Chengbi is really related to the Blue Dragon Society, Wuge Villa would not be destroyed so easily. From this point of view, Lian Chengbi has nothing to do with the Blue Dragon Society, Murinxingchen said in a deep voice. Hearing Murinxingchen's words, Uncle Qing also calmed down, thinking in his heart that if Lian Chengbi was related to the Blue Dragon Society, Wuge Villa would not be destroyed by the Red Sun Palace people, and his wife Li Yimei would not be abducted by the Red Sun Palace people. Third master, are we just going to let Qi Yager in the Red Sun Palace go? Uncle Qing said in a deep voice. I, Murinxingchen, have never been played like this before. How could I let them go like this? It's a good opportunity to make the Red Sun Palace pay a price. After paying the price, we will hand them over to the Qinglong Society for disposal. In this way, we will benefit without offending the Qinglong Society, said Murinxingchen. While they were talking, the person who had previously investigated the Wuge Villa walked quickly into the lobby. He told the story of what happened in the Wuge Villa. There are no masters, just as I guessed. We will leave for the Red Sun Palace later. I hope that when we arrive, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace can kill Lian Chengbi, said Murinxingchen. At this time, outside of Suchen, in a tavern on the official road, two figures wearing bamboo hats were drinking in the tavern. They were Yan Nanchen and Ding Peng who came to Suchen. They came to Suchen after destroying the Ho family in Jiangbei. Suddenly, a figure appeared outside the tavern. The two stood up and left the tavern quickly. In a dense forest, what happened? Yan Nanchen said in a low voice. Something happened in Wuge Villa. The person who came quickly recounted what happened in Wuge Villa. Mobilize all assassins of Qinglong Club in Suchen and go to Qiri Palace, Yan Nanchen quickly ordered. Yes, the person who came quickly accepted the order and disappeared in front of the two. Kixing Tang, Murinxingchen, he dared to get involved in the affairs of our Qinglong Club and Qiri Palace. Is he looking for death? Ding Peng's eyes showed a trace of murderous intent. Lian Chengbi has already rushed to Qiri Palace. Let's go too. Don't let anything happen, Yan Nanchen said. Let's go. Ding Peng nodded and the two quickly headed towards the direction of Qiri Palace. In another place, Su Chen and his carriage were also heading towards Wuge Villa. My lord, something happened. Yuan Suyin walked in from outside the carriage with a serious face. Seeing Yuan Suyin's solemn expression, Su Chen was stunned. Something happened in Wuge Villa. The head of the Blood Knife Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Chizudeo, led the 12 sword masters to attack Wugavilla. Wugavilla was bloodbathed. It shouldn't be like this. Lian Chengbi's strength has reached the level of sea concentration. Lian Chengbi was just invited to the 7-star hall by Murin Xingchen of the 7-star hall, and then the people of the Red Sun Hall attacked Wugavilla. A spy found out that Ji Yar, the daughter of the head of the Red Sun Hall, had gone to the 7-star hall to meet Murin Xingchen. Yuan Su-ein said. Murin Xingchen of the 7-star hall, the third young master of the Murin family, they are going to participate in the feud between our Qilin Club and the Red Sun Hall. Su Chen showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth. Let's go to the Red Sun Hall. I hope Li Yimei is fine, Su Chen said coldly. Lian Chengbi could be a tragic figure in his previous life, but he just found love in this life. Whoever dares to destroy it will die. No matter why, go back and continue. There will be 2 more chapters around 8 o'clock. Chapter 864, The Murin Family's Terror. Lian Chengbi rushes into the Red Sun Palace. Jiangnan. In Suchen, there is a huge manor in the southern waters. Outside the manor, there is a monument. On the monument are written the word Murin, indicating that this is the territory of the Jiangnan Murin family. The manor is very spacious. Pavilions and towers stand tall, rockery, flowers, and trees can be seen everywhere. Inside the pavilion. The decoration is a little pink. 2 figures are sitting inside. One of them is wearing a purple long skirt, about 28 or 29 years old, with a cold face, and looks a bit like Murin Xingchen. Next to her, there is a young woman wearing a pink long skirt, with a pure face and bright eyes. Sister. Since you were on the list of immortals, why have so many people come to my Murin family to propose marriage? Sister, you haven't married yet, the pink skirt woman said. Isn't this a good thing? If you meet someone you like, I will help you to say it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. Anyway, my father is in seclusion, so there is a chance to refuse, the purple skirt woman said softly. Dada. At this time, there were rapid footsteps outside the pavilion. The purple-dressed woman was slightly startled. Come in, what happened? The purple-dressed woman asked. The door opened and a woman in black tights walked in. Miss, something happened. Wugavilla was bloodbathed by the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Palace today, the person who came in asked. What does the destruction of Wugavilla by the Blood Sword Hall of the Red Sun Palace have to do with our Murin family? The woman in a pink dress next to the purple-dressed woman said. Miss, the destruction of Wugavilla has something to do with the third young master Xingchen. The third young master sent Butler Qing to Wugavilla to invite Lian Chengbi to 7 Stars Hall. After Lian Chengbi left, the head of the Blood Knife Hall of the Red Sun Hall, Chizudeo, led the 12 sword masters into Wugavilla and took away Lian Chengbi's wife Li Yimei. This is not the point. I just got the news that the assassins of Qilin Club are beginning to gather around Suchen. It is estimated that they will gather towards the Red Sun Hall. Lian Chengbi of Wugavilla may have something to do with Qilin Club, the person who came reported. Hearing this, the woman in the red dress suddenly changed her face. This matter is related to Xingchen. Didn't I tell him before that he should not get involved in the affairs of the Red Sun Hall and Qilin Club? Where's Murin Xingchen now? The woman in the red dress asked sternly. Third young master, I just went from the 7 Stars Hall to the Red Sun Hall. Send a pigeon to inform him to make sure he protects Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei, and don't make any mistakes. You and I will leave now and go to the Red Sun Hall. The woman in the red skirt stood up and said. Sister, is it serious? This matter is a bit serious. You must go to the place where father is in seclusion immediately and make sure he comes out. I'm afraid it's too late, and I may not be able to protect Xingchen by then, the woman in the red skirt said, and stood up and left. He quickly left Murin Manor with the visitor and rode towards the Red Sun Hall. In the Red Sun Mountain outside Sioux City. In the mountain peak, the 3 words Red Sun Hall are on the archway. The disciples of the Red Sun Hall are guarding on both sides. Just now, the head of the Blood Knife Hall led people to rush into the Wuki Mountain Villa, slaughtered many people, and abducted Mrs. Lian Chengbi, a disciple said. Why did you kidnap Lian Chengbi's wife? What's the use of a woman? Wugavilla has been destroyed. Why keep this woman? Does Master Qi like young women? Someone nearby said. How could that be? Master Qi only likes to kill people, not women. It seems that the eldest lady wants to use Lian Chengbi and his wife to commemorate the deceased eldest senior brother. by kidnapping Li Yimei. Isn't Lian Chengbi here to die? Someone said. Did Lian Chengbi die? Of course not. Master Qi and his men took action after Lian Chengbi left. Bang! At this moment, the disciple who had just spoken was hit by a palm force, and the whole person flew backwards, spitting out a mouthful of blood. I told you to guard here, not to gossip. A stern voice came. It was Qi who returned. Yes, miss. The disciple who was hit by a palm and vomited blood got up and said hurriedly. Humph, Qi snorted coldly. Heading towards the Red Sun Palace. Inside the Red Sun Palace. Palace Master, I brought Li Yimei back. I got the news that Lian Chengbi is on his way. We'll kill him together when he arrives, Chixudeo said coldly. Lian Chengbi is not ordinary enough to kill Deputy Palace Master Lu. Don't underestimate him, Qi Zhenliang said in a deep voice. His eyes looked at Li Yimei standing in the palace. Li Yimei looked calm, but worried. She was not worried about herself, but about Lian Chengbi. Listening to their conversation, Lian Chengbi was on his way. It would be dangerous if he arrived here. Father, Qi rushed into the palace. Looking at Li Yimei standing in the palace. There was a fiery red light flashing in her eyes. Father, leave her to me. I'll take her to pay tribute to my senior brother first, Qi said as soon as she entered the palace. Take her away. This time, thanks to your timely message, we took advantage of Muren Xingchen. Once Li Yimei died, even if Lian Chengbi didn't die, Muren Xingchen would be dragged down by us, Qi Zhenliang said. Don't worry, father, Li Yimei is dead. Qi came to Li Yimei and grabbed her neck. I will let you watch yourself bleed to death. After saying that, she grabbed Li Yimei and turned away. Soon, Qi brought Li Yimei to Liu Mushin's courtyard. Pushed open the courtyard gate. Came to a wing room. The wing room door was open, and the strange 7 absolute god destroying grass inside was flashing. Do you know why I brought you here? Qi looked at Li Yimei and said. I don't know, but I think you should not just want me to pay tribute to Liu Mushin, Li Yimei said. Yes, I don't just want you to pay tribute to my senior brother. Do you know why my senior brother wants to marry you so much? That's because you have the heaven-given yin blood in your body, which can help the 7 absolute life-destroying grass grow. My senior brother married you just to use you as blood food. Now that my senior brother is dead, I will use your whole body of blood to water the 7 absolute life-destroying grass, so that it can help me condense the divine power. As long as I condense the divine power, I can leave here, whether the Red Sun Palace lives or dies. It has nothing to do with me. Qi looked at Li Yimei and said. Hearing Qi's words, Li Yimei was shocked. She didn't expect that Lian Mushin approached her and wanted to marry her for such a vicious purpose. Fortunately, she met Lian Chengbi. Thinking of Lian Chengbi, Li Yimei's face showed a trace of sadness. In her heart, she prayed that Lian Chengbi would not get into trouble. At this moment, the guard disciple just now is still outside the Red Sun Palace. It's so unlucky. How could I meet the eldest lady? This palm, I will need many days to recover, said the disciple who was previously beaten away by Qi. Just as he finished speaking, a black light suddenly appeared. Then the 2 guards were sucked to the black light. A hand appeared and grabbed the necks of the 2 men. Snap! The necks were broken, and the black shadow continued to move towards the Red Sun Palace. Chapter 865, The Killing Mad Lian Chengbi, Li Yimei's transformation, Shineman's reappearance. Along the way, the black light was like flowing water. Anyone who was touched would have their heart veins shattered and die. Enemy attack. Soon someone noticed this and shouted. Qi Zhenliang, come and see. Lian Chengbi had already appeared in front of the main hall of the Red Sun Palace and growled. Seeking death, the disciples of the Red Sun Palace rushed towards Lian Chengbi. But when their swords fell on Lian Chengbi, it was like cutting on flowing water, which was completely useless. Instead, they were killed by a burst of energy. This situation made the disciples of the Red Sun Palace look terrified. Red Sun Palm, many disciples joined together and attacked the black shadow with the flames of their hands. But the energy they attacked fell on the black shadow. Suddenly, a terrifying section force appeared. The energy around them flowed out like a tide. Ah! Then screams broke out. Lian Chengbi appeared. The number of people won't have much effect on me. The Red Blood Sword and the Red Blood Hall Master haven't shown up yet. Lian Chengbi's voice was cold. At this moment, the people who had surrounded Lian Chengbi before retreated one after another, looking at Lian Chengbi with horror. This is simply a monster. He can't be hurt by swords and knives, and his true energy has been absorbed. How can he fight? At the entrance of the Red Sun Hall, the head of the Red Sun Hall and the head of the Red Blood Hall, as well as 3 old men in tight clothes walked out. These people are the most important people in the Red Sun Hall now. Lian Changbi, you are very courageous. You actually came to my Red Sun Hall alone. What a deep love between husband and wife. The Red Sun Hall master looked at Lian Changbi and said coldly. But then his eyes turned cold. Today you can only be underground husband and wife. Your wife has been sacrificed to my disciple. Aren't you a couple with deep love? Why don't you commit suicide and meet your wife? Hearing the words of the Lord of the Red Sun Palace, Lian Changbi's aura surged, and a terrifying and strange aura burst out of his body. The whole person's hair flew up and his eyes turned red. Kill my wife, I will kill all of you in the Red Sun Palace. Lian Changbi felt like a madman. His figure turned into a black shadow and went towards the disciples of the Red Sun Palace. Whoever he met, all his spirit was absorbed. The speed of these people was not as fast as Lian Changbi. After Lian Changbi got the skills from Xiao Hao, he added his own accumulation and successfully condensed the divine power. The divine power was perfect because of Xiao Hao. Of course, he not only knew Xiao Hao's martial arts. He also knew the heaven-destroying and earth-destroying great soul-searching hand, which was a skill that could absorb people's true energy. Because he had just obtained the power of Xiao Hao and had no enemies for the time being, he did not use this skill. Now that the Red Sun Palace had touched his reverse scale, he had no scruples. He wanted to bloodbath the Red Sun Palace and kill everyone in the Red Sun Palace. His eyes were red. Lian Changbi had been possessed by the devil at this moment. Killing was his choice now. At this moment, in the backyard of the Red Sun Palace, Qi Yao pressed Li Yimei's acupuncture points. The knife in her hand cut Li Yimei's wrist, and blood kept dripping on the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. The 7 absolute life-destroying grass got Li Yimei's blood and grew rapidly, and the strange 7 colors became brighter. Your blood is really unusual. What kind of blood is the heaven-given yin blood? It's really precious. Qi Yao looked at Li Yimei. At this time, Li Yimei's face became a little pale as her blood flowed. At this time, a figure rushed into the courtyard. Miss, it's not good. It was Qi Yao's maid. Qi Yao's expression changed, walked out of the room, looked at the maid, and wondered what happened. That Lian Changbi is here. He's killing like crazy. He turned into a black shadow and is killing people, the maid said in horror. Who is he? Can't father and the others stop Lian Changbi? Qi Yao asked with a changed expression. He doesn't fight with the Hall Masters. He specializes in killing the disciples of the Red Sun Hall. His figure turns into a black shadow like flowing water, and he can also suck people's true energy and blood. It's as scary as a monster. Too scary. Let's run away, the maid stuttered. At this moment, while they were talking, Li Yimei's face turned pale and her whole body trembled. However, there was a red bead hanging around her neck. At this time, it emitted a halo. The halo enveloped Li Yimei. When it enveloped Li Yimei, it also enveloped the 7 absolute life-destroying grass. The 7 absolute life-destroying grass seemed to be attracted. It turned into a stream of light and merged into Li Yimei's body. When the 7 absolute life-destroying grass merged into Li Yimei's body, the previous wrist wound healed instantly, as if there was no scar left. The pale face before began to turn rosy, as if sensing the changes here. Qi Yao looked into the wing room. Where is the 7 absolute life-destroying grass? When she saw the 7 absolute life-destroying grass disappear, her face changed drastically and she rushed into the wing room. But when she rushed into the wing room, suddenly, a terrifying section force erupted on Li Yimei. Her strength seemed to be absorbed by a terrifying section force and rushed towards Li Yimei. This, Qi Yao burst out with terrifying power, trying to break free from this suction force. But this suction force was not under her control at all. The more she struggled, the stronger the suction force became. When her power poured into Li Yimei's body, a force also flowed out of the red bead on Li Yimei's neck and flowed into her body. This, Li Yimei was surprised to see this situation. But her body was not under her control. As the two forces increased, the aura on Li Yimei's body continued to grow. From a person with only a little cultivation, in a short period of time, she entered the realm of heaven and man. When she reached the realm of heaven and man, the blood in her body began to boil, and a terrifying black air flow erupted from her body. The power erupting from the red bead on her neck was getting more and more. Qi Yao's power was lost faster. She looked terrified. At this moment, the maid outside the house saw this situation, her expression changed, and she took out a dagger in her hand, wanting to throw it at Li Yimei. Swish! A black figure appeared in front of her, and then a sword light flashed by. A blood mark appeared on the neck of the maid. The figure appeared, it was Yuan Suiyan. Knowing the danger, Yuan Suiyan came first. Yuan Suiyan absorbed the blood of bats and was extremely easy and fast. He was the first to find this place. Seeing the situation in the house, Yuan Suiyan's face showed surprise. You, who are you? Save me. Qi Yao looked at Yuan Suiyan who appeared and said. Li Yimei also saw Yuan Suiyan, and she showed joy when she saw Yuan Suiyan. When her husband Liang Chengbi told her that he was the head of the Qinglong Club, she learned about Yuan Suiyan, the butler beside Su Shaolong of the Qinglong Club. My husband is saved, she thought to herself. At this moment, Qi Yao screamed, and all her energy was absorbed. She collapsed to the ground with her eyes wide open. At this moment, the power in Li Yimei's body also changed. A shadow appeared behind her. The shadow was bloody, and there was a 7 deadly life-destroying grass in the blood. Boom! At this moment, the shadow of Shinman appeared in the sky. Chapter 866 Blood Rain Red Sun Palace, Gathering, stepping into the heavenly gate. Outside the main hall of the Red Sun Hall, Liang Chengbi's figure flowed on the ground like black water, approaching a Red Sun Hall disciple. The true energy of the Red Sun Hall disciple would be absorbed. Screams continued. Retreat! Everyone retreat! Seeing this, the Red Sun Hall Master Qi Zhenliang roared. Divine power, red flames burning the sky, while roaring, Qi Zhenliang burst out his divine power. Liang Chengbi must not be allowed to kill recklessly like this, or the Red Sun Hall will be finished. Divine power burst out, and an invisible burning breath enveloped Liang Chengbi. When the divine power enveloped, boom! The shadow of the heavenly gate appeared in the void. Seeing this, Qi Zhenliang's expression changed, and he thought he had used his divine power to lead out the heavenly gate. But the direction where the heavenly gate's breath was vaguely shrouded was the back hall of the Red Sun Hall. Back hall, the head of the Blood Knife Hall, Qi Zudao, who was beside him, shouted. Several people screamed again. Liang Chengbi's aura became more violent, and he looked at Qi Zhenliang, the master of the Red Sun Hall, with murderous intent. It was just that the appearance of Shinman was too serious. Qi Zhenliang and others no longer cared about the situation of the Red Sun Hall disciples, but turned to the back hall. They wanted to know what happened in the back hall. Liang Chengbi looked at Shinman and chased after him. Qi Zhenliang was his target. Run! In this situation, some of the remaining Red Sun Hall disciples shouted. For a while, the disciples of the Red Sun Hall went down the mountain. At this time, when these Red Sun Hall disciples rushed out of the mountain gate, suddenly, a sky full of hidden weapons instantly enveloped them. Dozens of Red Sun Hall disciples fell to the ground and screamed under these hidden weapons. On the other side, dozens of black thunderbolts instantly fell into the crowd. Boom! The sound of explosions continued, and screams continued. Poisonous? Not only that, a cloud of poisonous smoke enveloped them. Many people covered their necks and fell to the ground. Those who wanted to escape quickly evacuated to the mountain gate of the Red Sun Palace. However, at this time, groups of people in black rushed into the crowd with swords. Some assassins of the Qinglong Society, who were close to the Red Sun Palace, received the order and rushed over quickly. So some assassins arrived first. When they saw the opportunity, they took action. After all, the order they received was to kill all the people in the Red Sun Palace. The assassins just wanted to kill people. There was no such thing as a direct fight. On the mountain road, a small sedan chair with green curtains and red tops was heading towards the Red Sun Palace. The sedan chair was carried by 4 men in tight clothes, and the 4 men walked in unison. Murin Xingchen was half lying in the sedan chair, and he was not in a hurry at all. He was afraid that he would arrive early and the fight would not be over, and it would be difficult to get away from it. The chief steward Feng, who was next to the sedan chair, followed closely with light steps. Suddenly, the chief steward Feng's expression changed, and he looked up at the sky. The shadow of Shinman appeared in the sky. Red Sun Palace, how could the shadow of the Heaven Gate appear at this time? Chief steward Feng's expression froze. In the sedan chair, Chen also lifted the curtain and looked at the shadow of the heaven gate in the sky. How could the shadow of the heaven gate appear? Chen said. This shadow of the heaven gate is condensing. Someone's strength has increased and triggered the heaven gate. It seems that something has happened in the Red Sun Palace, Chief Steward Qing said. While he was speaking, a flying bird landed on Chief Steward Qing's arm. Chief Steward Qing was slightly startled when he saw the flying bird landing on his arm. He immediately took off the bamboo slips on the bird's feet and pulled out a note from it. After reading the note, Chief Steward Qing's expression changed. Third young master, it's not good. The eldest lady has received news that Lian Chengbi may be related to the Qinglong Society. The people of the Qinglong Society have already set out. The eldest lady asked us to go to the Red Sun Palace quickly. We must protect Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei, Chief Steward Qing said with a changed expression. What? Hearing this, Chen's expression was stern. You said Lian Chengbi is related to the Qinglong Society. How is this possible? Chen asked with some disbelief. The eldest lady said that the Qinglong Society people are moving. At this time, the Qinglong Society people are moving, which can only mean that the Qinglong Society is related to Lian Chengbi, Manager Qing said. This Lian Chengbi is a member of the Qinglong Society. How could someone just slaughter Wuqi Villa? Chen yelled and cursed. However, while yelling and cursing, a figure came out of the sedan chair. Lian Chengbi is a member of the Qinglong Society. If Lian Chengbi died in the Red Sun Palace, then many things would be unclear. So we must hurry to the Red Sun Palace. I prayed in my heart that Lian Chengbi was fine. Let's go. Just as they were about to move forward with all their strength, two ghostly figures flashed in front of them. Manager Qing's expression changed. Two figures flashed on the mountain road and disappeared in front of them in the blink of an eye. Chief Steward Qing, those two people just now. Chen's eyes condensed. I can't see their faces clearly. They are wearing bamboo hats, but their strength is terrifying. Third young master, I will take you to the Red Sun Palace first. Chief Steward Qing grabbed Chen and rushed towards the Red Sun Palace. Just as they set off, four figures appeared carrying a person. It was Su Chen and the four ghosts of Xiangxi. Chen, I wonder how the Muring family will explain to us. While speaking, his eyes looked at the shadow of the Shineman in the sky. Continue to move forward. The back hall of the Red Sun Palace. Li Yimei's power is still increasing. However, she is protected by the bead, which condenses her power on a boundary line. It just allows the shadow of the Shineman to condense, but no thunder falls for the time being. Huh? The Lord of the Red Sun Palace appeared in the courtyard with several figures. Seeing Yuan Suyin appear in the courtyard, there was also Li Yimei who was gathering strength and the phantom behind Li Yimei, and he was shocked. It was Li Yimei who triggered the power of Xianmen. How could she have such power? The Lord of the Red Sun Palace was a little unconvinced. Then he saw Qi Yair, who had been drained of blood and fell to the ground, and was already dead. Yair, you killed my daughter, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace said to Yuan Suyin. Although there were strange phenomena on Li Yimei now, he did not think that Li Yimei killed Qi Yair. When he finished speaking, Lian Chengbi, who was full of demonic energy, appeared in the courtyard. On the way here, he once again absorbed a lot of true energy from the disciples of the Red Sun Palace. When he saw the situation in the courtyard, and the phantom behind Li Yimei, his expression was startled. But he still saluted Yuan Suyin slightly. Meetings, General Manager Yuan Suyin has been following Su Chen, and his status is not ordinary. Master Lian, your wife is fine, but it seems that your wife's identity is not simple, and she may have to step into Shineman in one step, Yuan Suyin said. When Yuan Suyin spoke, Li Yimei also saw Lian Chengbi. My husband, you are fine, you are really fine, I thought I would never see you again. Li Yimei showed joy on her face. Although she knew Lian Chengbi would be fine when Yuan Suyin appeared, she was still a little worried after not seeing it with her own eyes. Now that she saw Lian Chengbi appear, she put her worries aside. But then she looked a little lonely. When the bead gave her energy, it also conveyed some information. She knew she was going to step into the heaven gate and leave. Chapter 867, Crazy Devouring. Touching that layer, we must step into the heavenly gate together. What's going on? Li Yimei was fine, and Lian Chengbi calmed down at this moment. This is the bead my mother left for me. She is from the Xianan 18 palaces. Above the Xianmen, the bead was triggered and activated. The power inside can allow me to step into the Xianmen and leave. Now I will be pulled to the Xianan 18 palaces, Li Yimei said with some sadness. This, although he just heard Yuan Suyin say it, he felt a little melancholy when he really heard Li Yimei say it. His current strength has not reached the point where he can break through the Xianmen and leave. He looked at the Lord of the Red Sun Palace fiercely. Swallow them, maybe I will have a chance. Lian Chengbi had such an idea in his mind. Yimei, wait for me, I will step into the Xianmen with you, Lian Chengbi said to Li Yimei. At this moment, Lian Chengbi had such an idea in his mind. On the one hand, he hoped to enter the Xianmen with Li Yimei. On the other hand, the master always had to go to the Xianmen. Although Ren Qianxing had already reached the Xianmen, Ren Qianxing went to the Xianmen without roots or defied. He was different. Li Yimei was able to be led to the Xianan 18th Palace, which means that Li Yimei's mother's status in the Xianan 18th Palace is not ordinary. He has the opportunity to enter the Xianan 18th Palace when he enters the Heavenly Gate. In this way, he can help the master more. When the master enters the Heavenly Gate, there will be some help. Thinking of this, light flashed in his eyes. Then the aura on his body burst out with divine power and enveloped the Lord of the Red Sun Palace and others. Kill you, devour you, and I, Lian Chengbi, will be able to go further. Lian Chengbi's eyes flashed with an extremely cruel look. Just now, he killed a lot in the Red Sun Palace, and the power in his body surged like a tide. Seeing this, Yuan Suyin's eyes condensed slightly. Master Lian, you can take action without any burden, madam, you will not be disturbed, Yuan Suyin said to Lian Chengbi. Li Yimei, who was in the halo, heard Lian Chengbi's words, and her heart flashed with joy. Lian Chengbi wanted to leave with her. This was what she had dreamed of. But her eyes were also a little worried. The Red Sun Palace master and his men were very powerful. Looking for death, so arrogant, the Red Sun Palace master was furious when he heard Lian Chengbi's words. Lian Chengbi actually wanted to devour their power and step into the Heavenly Gate with Li Yimei. I'm here to kill Lian Chengbi, you go and destroy Li Yimei, I want them all dead, the Red Sun Palace master growled. Just as he was speaking, Lian Chengbi's figure turned into a black shadow and quickly appeared behind him. The black shadow instantly covered an elder of the Red Sun Palace. The strength of this elder was at the level of Danshan turning into the sea. Qi burst out from his body, but when he burst out the qi, the power in his body quickly rushed towards the black shadow. In just a few seconds, the elder whose Danshan turned into the sea let out a shrill scream. The power in his body disappeared. The whole person's exposed face showed unimaginable pain. The black shadow disappeared from him. The elder's face was pale, his eyes were dull, and his energy and spirit were completely sucked out of him. He was as thin as a stick. His body fell to the ground. It seemed to be broken apart. And he stopped breathing in a few seconds. Lian Chengbi appeared in one place, and his strength was strengthened again. There was a terrifying red light in his eyes. Run. Seeing this situation, the faces of the people who followed Qi Zhenyang changed drastically, and they turned around to escape. But when they moved, Lian Chengbi quickly entangled one person again. Seeing this situation, the leader of the Red Blood Hall, the Red Blood Sword, slashed out with a sword. The sword came out, and the bloodlight was diffused. But the sword light slashed on the black shadow, but it seemed to cut into the air flow. The black shadow was fine, and the elder wrapped in the black shadow screamed. Then there was a scream. The black shadow flowed and covered the long sword, and went towards the red blood sword. It was reported that it was this red blood sword that washed Wuqi Mountain Villa. You want to die first, I'll grant you your wish. Lian Chengbi showed his head above the black shadow, with a ferocious smile on his lips. Monster, monster, I want you to die. Red sun burns the earth. Boom. Red blood knife roared, and the terrifying red sun power burst out from his body, and the whole person was like the sun of the scorching sun. But when this energy burst out from him, suddenly, the whole body collapsed. The red sun qi in his body rushed towards Lian Chengbi frantically. He was not under his control at all. If I wasn't in Wuge Villa, do you think you can wash my Wuge Villa with blood? If I hadn't just been promoted to the head of Qinglong Club, and hadn't been able to mobilize the power of Qinglong Club, for the time being, do you think you can do this step? Lian Chengbi roared. He stretched out his hand and grabbed the other person's neck. A huge suction force appeared on his palm. In the blink of an eye, the red blood knife, like the previous person, shrunk in and fell to the ground, his eyes wide open. He died with his eyes wide open. Looking for death, godly power, after 2 people died in a row, the Lord of the Red Sun Hall roared. Just when he was about to attack Liang Chengbi, a terrifying knife intent enveloped him. Not only the knife intent, but also the sword intent. The two auras enveloped him. He was horrified. He knew that if he moved, the two auras would cut him with the force of thunder. As for the several people who were about to escape, they were also shrouded in a shadow and moved slowly. Liang Chengbi raised his hands and grabbed. 2 figures were sucked into his hands. The heaven-destroying and earth-destroying soul-searching hand burst out with all its strength, absorbing all the true energy of the 2 people, and then thrown aside. In the blink of an eye, all the people who followed the Lord of the Red Sun Hall, Qi Zinang, were killed. Boom. At this moment, Liang Chengbi's body was full of mighty and surging true energy, like the feeling of a surging river. He was filled with boundless and terrifying power. These powers continued to fill his body, making his body as strong as a diamond. He felt like he could crush everything with just a move. His realm was also constantly rising. He vaguely felt like he was touching the next level. His eyes sparkled at this moment, like stars. He looked at the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. If I kill you, I can take that step. Liang Chengbi clenched his palms and stepped towards the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. At this moment, the 2 auras that had previously enveloped the Lord of the Red Sun Palace suddenly disappeared. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace had a ferocious look on his face. The Red Sun Palace was finished. Although he did not create the Red Sun Palace, he was the Lord of the Red Sun Palace and took over the Red Sun Palace in the hope that the Red Sun Palace could advance to a higher level. But now it was destroyed in his hands. The person who destroyed him was Liang Chengbi. He wanted to kill Liang Chengbi. You want to devour me, I want to kill you. Let's see who can stand to the end. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace roared, and his divine power burst out. Along with the explosion of divine power, a terrifying flame of Qi appeared on his body. The Qi condensed like a scorching sun. Boom! The Qi burst out and collided with the air, making a terrifying explosion sound. He moved his feet. Scorching sun. Blazing sun. He rushed towards Liang Chengbi. Chapter 868, The Power of Pangbin comes to you, wishing lovers to finally get married. At this moment, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace rushed towards Liang Chengbi like a red sun meteor. The sky is cloudy, devour the sun, Liang Chengbi roared, and his figure came out, and the terrifying true energy power surged out of his hands. At the same time, his figure shot out and punched out. Boom! The 2 forces collided. The sound was terrifying, shaking the earth, and the airwaves rolled. The surrounding buildings collapsed in an instant. Yuan Suiyan, who was watching the battle, had a layer of true energy shield on his body to block the power. The 2 forces collided, and they did not separate after the blow. Instead, the 2 roared at the same time and continued to attack. Bang! 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 They fought again for several rounds. The 2 staggered. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace had a gloomy face and stared at Liang Chengbi. Liang Chengbi, who had just fought against him without any loss. When he hesitated, Liang Chengbi attacked again, and his fist rushed forward. Seeing this, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace punched out. The 2 fists collided, and the Qi was dispersed. At the moment when the Qi was dispersed, Liang Chengbi's face was ferocious, and his arm turned into a black shadow. In the blink of an eye, it was like ink, rushing towards the Lord of the Red Sun Palace. Seeing this, the Lord of the Red Sun Palace burst out with terrifying true Qi, trying to shake off the cover of the black shadow. But after the true Qi burst out, these true Qi continued to flow into Liang Chengbi's body. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace screamed and grabbed with both hands, trying to tear the black shadow covering him apart. But the true Qi in his body was lost. With the loss of true Qi, his spirit and spirit were also lost. The tearing force of his arm gradually decreased. The true Qi in his body burst out again, but the true Qi rushed into the black shadow, just like a mud cow entering the sea, and was quickly absorbed and refined by the black shadow. And as the true Qi in his body disappeared, the opponent's suction became stronger. If this goes on, I will die. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace was shocked. He couldn't imagine why Liang Chengbi was so terrifying. Why didn't he know about such a terrifying person? Why did he want to provoke him? At this moment, he had such a thought in his mind. No, even if I die, I will die with you. The Lord of the Red Sun Palace threw away such thoughts and roared. The power in his body was running fast. The overloaded operation made the Lord of the Red Sun Palace bleed from his body and face. He wanted to self-destruct his body. Tisk. Just at this time, a sword light penetrated his heart. The body that wanted to self-destruct stopped working at this moment. Lian Chengbi had transformed into his true body at this moment, and the long sword in his sleeve pierced his heart. He raised his palm. He grabbed the other party's body and absorbed the last power of the other party into his body. After getting the power from the Lord of the Red Sun Palace, the breath on Lian Chengbi's body began to surge, and gradually began to move towards the broken level. He turned and went in the direction of Li Yimini. On the other side, Muren Xingchen and the chief steward Qing stepped into the Red Sun Palace and saw countless killings, and they were shocked. This Red Sun Palace is over, Muren Xingchen said so. Let's go to the back hall. Manager Qing appeared in the backyard with Muren Xingchen. When they arrived at the backyard, they looked at the bodies of the Red Sun Hall Master and others on the ground, and Lian Chengbi who was heading towards Li Yimini. They felt relieved. Lian Chengbi glanced at Muren Xingchen who came here and snorted coldly. But he did not stop. When Lian Chengbi approached Li Yimini, Lian Chengbi's aura broke through, and Li Yimini also released that little bit of suppression, and her aura broke through. The two of them flew into the air and headed towards the Heavenly Gate. Boom! The Heavenly Gate sensed the two of them. Boom! The terrifying sky thunder fell. The bead that enveloped Li Yimini emitted a halo, covering Li Yimini and Lian Chengbi. Bang! But the fall of the sky thunder directly dispersed the halo. Not good, the two of them together, the power of the sky thunder has increased, Feng Yuan Su Ian, who was below, said with a change of expression. After a thunder and lightning flashed above the Heavenly Gate, and the sky and the earth instantly became gloomy, and only the Heavenly Gate flashing with lightning could be seen. Seeing this, Yuan Su Ian's expression changed. Because this time the power of thunder and lightning was stronger than before. Lian Chengbi and Li Yimini's strength alone might not be able to break through the Heavenly Gate. Li Yimini was filled with power, while Lian Chengbi took that step by devouring the power of others. Perhaps it is possible for one person to step through the Heavenly Gate and leave. But in this situation, they simply cannot break through the Heavenly Gate. They can't break through the Heavenly Gate, Butler Qing said solemnly beside Muren Xingchen. The Heavenly Gate is not something you can break through just because you want to. Some people are extremely talented and it is very easy to break through the Heavenly Gate, while some people cannot touch the Heavenly Gate in their entire lives. Some people touch the Heavenly Gate but cannot break through it and die under the thunder and lightning of the Heavenly Gate. Lian Chengbi, who was rising, sensed this situation and his expression changed. I will break through the Heavenly Gate, and you leave, Lian Chengbi said to Li Yimini. No, I want to be with you, even if I die, I will die together. Li Yimini held Lian Chengbi's hand tightly, and she decided to die with Lian Chengbi. The lightning of Xianmen was about to fall in the blink of an eye. Haha, this young master will send you off. May all lovers in the world finally get married. At this time, a loud voice came. Su Chen appeared. Who is he? Muren Xingchen looked at Su Chen who appeared and couldn't help but say. That is Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglong Club. The housekeeper Qing beside him spoke. He is Su Chen. He can break through such power. He is really arrogant, Muren Xingchen said in a low voice. The power of this sky thunder is extremely terrifying. With Su Chen's strength, it is a fool's dream to want to break through it. Lin Shen, just as his voice fell, Su Chen shouted in a low voice. He used the power of the magician Pang Ban. At this moment, Su Chen's aura changed, and a terrifying demonic aura appeared on his body. The black hair hung on him like an iron willow. Not only did the power on his body increase, but his charm also changed. There was a feeling of looking down on the world. With a move, he appeared in front of Li Yimini and the others. Boom! The Heavenly Gate sensed the change in Su Chen's power. It swallowed up even more powerful lightning power. Boom! It poured down instantly, like a waterfall. It enveloped Su Chen and the others. Su Chen's expression remained unchanged. He raised his palm and punched out. His fist collided with a falling lightning cloth. The lightning cloth was under his fist, just like a waterfall being punched back, returning to the Heavenly Gate. After one punch, Su Chen stepped on the heavenly gate again and punched it. Bang! The heavenly gate was shattered by Su Chen's huge fist force. Go in, Su Chen said to Li Yimei and Liang Chengbi. Thank you, young master, for your help. Liang Chengbi saluted Su Chen and then stepped into the heavenly gate. Looking at the heavenly gate that was still there, Su Chen punched out. Power poured into the heavenly gate, and the entire heavenly gate was shattered. When the heavenly gate was shattered, Su Chen released Pang Ban's power and fell to the ground. If he didn't release it, the heavenly gate would appear again, and the power of the fall would be even stronger. Although he had the power of Pang Ban, he could shatter the heavenly gate again. But he was afraid that when he stepped on the heavenly gate, his power would be even stronger. Chapter 869, Supreme Tyrant Blood, Guanqi, Evil Poison Blood, 5 Poison Boys. At the entrance of the Red Sun Palace, 2 figures appeared. One of them was wearing a red skirt. It was Murin Qin, the eldest daughter of the Murin family, who had come from the Murin family. Next to her was a person wrapped in a black robe. Looking at the corpse lying on the square of the Red Sun Palace, the red-skirted woman's face changed. Before they arrived, the Red Sun Palace had already been bloodbathed. The actions of the Qinglong Society were too fast. One punch smashed the heavenly gate and helped people step into the heavenly gate and leave. The person next to her stared at the sky. Although the heavenly gate's aura disappeared, the scene just now was the most shocking to these warriors. According to the situation just now, the 2 people should not be able to step into the heavenly gate and leave. Let's go to the back hall. Murin Qin looked a little anxious. He quickly went to the back hall. At this moment, the back hall. Su Chen landed and looked at Murin Xingchen. Third young master Murin, what do you think about what happened today? This time, Su Chen not only lost a subordinate, but also used Pang Ban's experience card. Pang Ban experience card, one day. He only used it a little bit before, and then released it in time, which caused a time bug. From the feedback, he can continue to use it. But Shinman must have remembered his breath of using Pang Ban experience card. If he uses it again next time, I am afraid that the power brought by Shinman will cause him a lot of trouble. After all, he has not thought about going to Shinman yet. Murin Xingchen heard Su Chen's question. His expression seemed very unnatural. According to his character, the third young master of Murin, he would not be so cramped, and he would definitely shirk responsibility. But just now he saw the power that Su Chen burst out, and shattered Shinman with one punch. He knew about the power of the body. It is rumored that the young leader Su of the Qinglong Club had used the power of the body before. This time he did it again. How many times did he have the power of the body? As one of the 4 great families in Jiangnan, the Murin family, only the ancestor has the power of the body, which shows how rare the power of the body is. Young leader Su, this matter has nothing to do with our third young master, that's it, the chief steward Qing in Murin Xingchen spoke. Boom. But when he spoke, 2 auras instantly enveloped him, not giving him the chance to continue speaking. This young dragon chief did not ask you, you don't need to speak. If you speak again, I don't mind one more body here. Su Chen's eyes were cold. Young dragon chief Su, this matter really has nothing to do with me. The Red Sun Palace was destroyed by the Blue Dragon Society. Today, this is all young dragon chief Su's, Murin Xingchen said hurriedly. It seems that the third young master Murin has ideas about the Red Sun Palace. Why does he want to get a piece of the pie? I wonder what the third young master Murin relies on to want a piece of the pie, Su Chen said softly. No, I don't mean that, young dragon chief Su, the Red Sun Palace has nothing to do with me, Murin Xingchen said hurriedly. Really? People should know their own limitations. I am Liang Chengbi, the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Society. Because of you, his Wuge villa was massacred and I lost my power. The loss is huge. I give you a choice. One is to pay with your life. I will kill you. For the sake of your cousin Murin Qingchen, I will not trouble the Murin family. The other one depends on what kind of compensation you can come up with, Su Chen said. When Murin Qingchen was out, he used his mother's surname Murin instead of Liu, so he was always called Murin Qingchen. Ah, compensation, young master Su, this matter really has nothing to do with me. Seeing Su Chen's words, Murin Xingchen knew that the compensation was too huge and wanted to quibble. Boom. At this time, Su Chen moved his feet and instantly appeared in front of Murin Xingchen. A punch was thrown. Third young master, seeing this, the expression of the housekeeper Qing beside him changed, but he did not dare to do it. When Murin Xingchen saw Su Chen's attack, his expression changed drastically. He raised his hand to block. When his arm collided with Su Chen's fist, a terrifying force suddenly came from Su Chen's fist. The true energy that emerged from his arm was directly shattered. The huge force poured into his arm. Crack! The arm that was resisting was broken instantly. I'm giving you a choice. You just need to answer and don't say anything extra, Su Chen said coldly. This Murin Xingchen is very smart. Just now when Su Chen punched, he didn't burst out with all his strength, but only burst out a little true energy to block. But he didn't expect Su Chen's punch to be so strong that it broke his arm directly. Murin Xingchen retreated with his arm hanging down, and beads of sweat kept falling on his forehead. He was extremely shocked. One punch, without bursting out true energy, just relying on the fist, shattered my arm. His physical strength is too strong, Murin Xingchen said in his heart. Third young master, Butler Qing, hurried to Murin Xingchen's side. It's okay, just a broken arm, Murin Xingchen said. You don't have a choice? Since you don't have a choice, then I'll help you choose. The first one is the easiest, let me take you, third young master Murin. Su Chen raised his hand and clenched his palm into a fist. An invisible force appeared on his arm. This force collided with the air, and the air made a crackling sound. His eyes became sharp at this moment, and his murderous intent surged. Young Master Su, please wait. My Murin family is willing to make compensation, at this time. A red figure came over quickly. It was Murin Qin who came. Miss, sister, Butler Qing and Murin Xingchen said to the person who came. I'll settle this matter with you when I get back. Murin Qin, who appeared, looked at Murin Xingchen and said sternly. Then he saluted Su Chen. I'm Murin Qin. Now it's appropriate to deal with the Murin family. This time, my Murin family is willing to compensate young Master Su for the loss caused by my brother, Murin Qin said. Ms. Murin, you are so generous. I wonder what kind of compensation you are going to give to save your brother's life. Su Chen looked at Murin Qin and said. That housekeeper, tell your Miss Murin about my loss, Murin Qin. I'll give you 2 sticks of incense to think about the compensation. If you haven't, Murin Xingchen, stay here. Murin Xingchen dared to intervene in the affairs of the Qinglong Club, and caused so many things. The Murin family must pay a heavy price. Even if he has a friendship with Murin Xingchen, it's the same. Hearing Su Chen's words, Murin Qin's expression changed. He wanted to say something. But Su Chen had already turned and left. He also wanted to see the treasure house of the Red Sun Palace to see if he could get some lottery cards. Seeing Su Chen leave, Murin Qin's face changed. Butler Qing, what about the loss of young Master Su? Murin Qin asked. Butler Qing told everything that had just happened. Murin Qin's face changed drastically. The 2 people who were sent away were Lian Chengbi and Li Yimei, and Su Chen also used his body power. The other things were easy to say, but this body power compensation was extraordinary. Sister, Su Chen is asking for too much? He is trying to kill me, Murin Xingchen said on the side. With such a big loss, it would be difficult for the Murin family to make a decision. Although he is the 3rd son of the Murin family. Shut up, father should be here soon. Wait for him to come and I will discuss it with him, Murin Qin scolded. In a secret vault in the Red Sun Hall. The guard was an old man who was killed by Yuan Su Ain with a sword. The secret vault was easily opened. 2 incense sticks of time. About an hour, no more and no less. If the Murin family did not come up with a compensation plan, then Murin Xingchen would have to lie here forever. Of course, if Murin Qin took Murin Xingchen away, it would only foreshadow the demise of the Murin family. After an incense stick of time, Su Chen walked out of the secret vault, with not much smile on his face. In the secret vault, he only got 5 orange lottery cards. He found that the same type of secret books, treasures, secrets, etc., could no longer allow him to get lottery cards. I will intercept the fortune of the Red Sun Palace today, and I should be able to condense the base point, so I don't have to intercept it myself later, Su Chen thought. He appeared in a palace, where he waited for Murin Qin to come. While waiting, Su Chen directly drew the 5 orange lottery cards. His luck has been good recently, suitable for lottery, obtained the skill, Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods and the Underworld, obtained a drop of Taisheng Bak Su, exclusive character Guan Qi, obtained the full body power of Xianqi Weird Man, exclusive character Zhu Wuxi. Obtained a blood knife exclusive to Fu Hong Su. Obtained a drop of evil poisonous blood, exclusive character, 5 Poison Boy. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 870, Secret Map of the Dragon Cave, Demon Gate appears, one of the four general envoys, Tian. Chen was pleasantly surprised when he saw this. Just looking at these names, you know they are extraordinary. Shen Mingyai Heart Sutra, a method of tempering the mind, which can strengthen one's own spiritual will, and can increase the power of the divine power, gradually improve the divine power to break through the existing divine power, and achieve the Gyai Heart Sutra, which can also unify one's own divine power and vaguely comprehend the concept of domain. The concept of domain, Chen looked at the comprehended domain behind him, and his heart moved slightly. This method is not simple. Not only can it be practiced by oneself, but it can also be passed on to other people in the Qinglong society. Taisheng Baksu, a kind of blood that contains the meaning of invincibility. This increases Guan Qi's strength. Guan Qi may become stronger after getting this drop of blood. Xianqi Weird Man is the master of Zhu Wuxi and Gu Santuang. Although he did not appear, he created the Vajra Indestructible and Absorbing Power Great Method, which shows his strength. Zhu Wuxi got the full power of Xianqi Weird Man, and he might be able to step into the broken level. Fu Hongxu's exclusive blood knife is generally not at the spiritual level. At the peak of the weapon level, it can be promoted to the spiritual level by nourishing with its own sword energy. Evil Poison Blood, extract a drop of blood from the evil poison body. The 5 poison boys can refine this drop of blood and swallow the poison and transform it into their own practice. If there is a chance, they may be able to condense the evil poison body. This time's lottery report found that after intercepting the fortune, Chen's own fortune became very strong and terrible. Concentrate your mind. Take out the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods and the Underworld and start recording it in your mind. When you memorize the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods and the Underworld, let Yuan Suian copy some and send it to others. After Chen finished reading the Heart Sutra of the Return of the Gods and the Underworld, he said to Yuan Suian, "How long is left, Master?" "There is about half an incense stick of time." "Only half an incense stick of time? Then Murin Qin hasn't figured out how to compensate." The current head of the Murin family, Murin Xianan, has come. "I believe he will come to see the Master," Yuan Suian said. While Yuan Suian was speaking, the Murin family, Murin Xianan, comes to pay respects to young Master Su. A voice came from outside the hall. "Please," Chen responded. Murin Xianan brought Murin Qin and Murin Xingchen into the hall. At this moment, Murin Xingchen's broken arm had no medicine applied, and beads of sweat continued to flow from his forehead. "Young Master Su, my son's matter is all my Murin family's fault. My Murin family is willing to take all the responsibilities. My Murin family has some industries in the capital and Jiangnan. All of the capital's industries will be transferred to the Qinglong Club, and 1/3 will be transferred to the Jiangnan area. This 1/3 will be converted into silver and given to the Qinglong Club. In addition, it is rumored that young Master Su likes to collect books. No one in the Jiangnan area can match my Murin family's collection of books. The library can be open to young Master Su. In addition to these, my Murin family is willing to give 2 top-level weapon-level swords, plus a secret map in my hand." While Nangong Xianan was speaking, he took out a secret map from his arms. Yuan Suian stepped forward, took the secret map and handed it to Chen. Chen took the secret map. "Get a map of the secret dragon cave of the Great Chu dynasty, and be rewarded with 3 orange lottery cards." Secret dragon cave. Chen's eyes were slightly startled. Could this be related to the secret place that Hanayu cult found before? This secret map is not ordinary. The compensation offered by Murin Xianan is not bad. "Okay. I accept the compensation from your Murin family, and you can take Murin Xingchen away. General Manager Yuan will contact your Murin family about this matter." Chen nodded and said coldly. He didn't want to have more contact with the other party. "Thank you, young Master Su, General Manager Yuan. This is my token of Murin Xianan. You can bring the token when the time comes." Murin Xianan took out a token from his arms and flew to Yuan Suian. Yuan Suian caught the token. Then he said goodbye and left with his people. The loss was huge, and he didn't know how to tell the family elders when he returned. Outside the mountain gate, Father, This Su Chen is just taking advantage of the fire. Is our Murin family really afraid of them? King Longhu, after Murin Xingchen left the hall, he took the elixir to restore his broken arm. But it still hurts a little. The things that Murin Xiaonan just gave away. Not only did it cause the Murin family to suffer huge losses, but it also brought down their reputation. If he didn't get beaten to death by the elders, he would be sprayed to death. If you want to die, I won't stop you, but don't bring harm to the Murin family. I'm afraid Su Chen let you go this time for King Chen's sake, otherwise I would have to come and collect your body, and do you think there will be no follow-up if you die? According to the strength shown by the Qinglong Society, recently, if you die, they will also attack my Murin family, otherwise, I will take out so many things and give them to the Qinglong Society. For the recent period of time, you will be confined to the Murin manor. If you leave the Murin family without permission, I will personally break your legs. Qilin, you will be in charge of the 7-star hall for the time being, and after the confinement, get in touch with Lan Haideng and try to deal with her and practice your Xianai Jiazhuan Guang. As long as you practice Xianai Jiazhuan Guang, you will be the real young master of the Murin family. Murin Xiaonan looked at Murin Xingchen and said, Father, Lan Haideng simply looks down on me. It's hard to subdue her, Murin Xingchen couldn't help but say after listening to Murin Xiaonan's words. Qilin, during this period, you help Xingchen. Let's go back to the family and inform the elders of this matter. After that, the group quickly left the Red Sun Hall. Late at night, the ground of the Red Sun Hall shook, and the rolling fortune merged into Su Chen's body. These fortunes that flowed into Su Chen's body were constantly heading towards the golden light spots that had been condensed before. As these fortunes flowed into the golden light spots, part of the breath flowed into his danshan, and part of it tempered his body. At the same time, in a secret space under Suchen, the dim lights shook, and 4 tall, cold figures gathered here. Xianming, is there something wrong with summoning the 3 of us to Suchen? One of the people covered in black robes and bamboo hats looked at the person on the main seat and said, Of course I'm looking for you to help me kill people. I found the whereabouts of Gan, one of the 4 great envoys of Jiangnan. The person on the main seat said, You found Gan, who is he? He captured my demon sect Xianfei and brought her to the palace to offer to Emperor Zhou. Since we have found him, we must kill all of his family members, the person who spoke said gloomily. We should report this matter to Xianfei. Xianfei escaped from the palace of Emperor Zhou and is also looking for this person. Another person spoke, his tone cold. Brother Xianming has made a great contribution this time. Tell us who this person is first, the last person asked. This person is Murin Xiaonan, the current head of the Murin family, and he also has a secret map of the secret dragon cave of the Great Chu dynasty, the person on the main seat said. Chapter 871, The 4 Great Demons of the Demon Sect, Tianfei, Yanruxu. You mean Murin Xiaonan is, Tian, one of the 4 general envoys of the Xianjian division in Jiangnan. Hearing this news, the aura of the other 3 people changed. There was a gleam in their eyes. These 4 people are the 4 great heavenly evil spirits of the demon sect. The demon sect once fought with Emperor Zhou for supremacy in the world. Among them, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Zhanshen, can be said to be the strongest opponent of Emperor Zhou. In the Battle of Qianlin River, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Zhanshen, was defeated and died at the hands of Emperor Zhou. Then the demon sect's heavenly concubine, the leader of the heavenly demon sect, Yanruxu, was captured by Tian, one of the 4 general envoys of the Jiangnan Xianjian division, and presented to Emperor Zhou. Since then, the demon sect has split up and each has hidden in the rivers and lakes. The demon forces outside the Great Wall are some of the remnants of the demon sect back then. Yes, I have confirmed this news, Bei Ming on the main seat said with certainty. I didn't expect it to be Murin Xiaonan from the Murin family. It's really unexpected. What's unexpected? Murin Xiaonan does have that strength, but if it's the Murin family, it will be difficult to deal with. I wonder what your plan is, Brother Beaming. The person who spoke first said in a deep voice. The 4 great demons of the demon sect are called, Powerful Demon Killer. This person is Lu Wenji, the powerful demon among the 4 great demons. The other 3 demons are Qin Beaming, the demon killer, Mo Wanli, the demon killer, and Qishan, the demon killer. I just said that I invited you 3 to come here to kill people. Of course, I plan to kill the Murin family. When Qin Beaming spoke, his eyes radiated cold light. 3, when I invited you to come, I had already informed the heavenly concubine in advance. The heavenly concubine will be in Sioux City tomorrow. The order given to me by the heavenly concubine is to destroy the Muring family." Hearing Qin Biming's words, the other three frowned slightly, and Ji Xiansha Qishan said, "Xianming, Brother Wangji just said that the strength of the Muring family is not simple. It will be very difficult to take action against the Muring family even if Xianfei joins forces with us to take down the Muring family. Brother Qishan, I know very well the strength of the Muring family." After Xianfei came out of the palace, she found the chief stewards of the inside and outside. At that time, the two stewards will follow Xianfei to Suchen, cooperate with our four men to raid the Muring family. Even if the Muring family is not destroyed, they will suffer heavy losses. The aristocratic family is a piece of fat meat. Once the Muring family suffers heavy losses, others will be like sharks seeing blood. Nowadays is not the same as before. Even the Nanguang family, which is one of the four great families sitting in Jinling, was destroyed by the Qinglong society. The majesty of the aristocratic family is no longer so great, Qin Biming said coldly. The heavenly concubine has found the internal and external chief stewards. I didn't expect that there has been no news about the two stewards for so many years. I thought they had passed away, but this, Qinglong Club, is a bit strange. It appeared without a sound and there are so many strong people. These many strong people can't even find a trace of their foundation. It's too mysterious, Ji Xiansha Qishan said. Not only Qinglong Club, but also Xianaya Pavilion, which is equally strong and mysterious. It has no roots and is very well hidden. Once it appeared, it shocked the whole world. It seems that the fate of the great Zhou dynasty has changed, Mo Xiansha Mo Wanli said. It's not just these two forces. Many forces have emerged. Now the great Zhou dynasty is full of demons and demons. It's our chance. If we destroy the Muring family this time, the heavenly concubine promised us that she would take us to the place where the demon chief practiced in the past, Zhu Xiansha Qin Biming said. The place where the demon chief practiced. Hearing this, the other three people seemed extremely excited. In this case, I will arrange people first. When the heavenly concubine arrives tomorrow, we will gather here again, Lu Wangji said. The other two also spoke up and prepared to go back and prepare. Okay, Qin Biming nodded on the main seat. The three turned around and left the underground secret room. After the three left, Qin Biming also stood up and left the underground space. Appeared in a courtyard. You are here. When Qin Biming stepped into the courtyard, a pleasant and light voice came from a room in the courtyard. Qin Biming stepped forward, pushed open the door, and walked in. In the room, sandalwood was curling. Lord Xianfei, I have just contacted the other three people, and they will do their best. They have not forgotten that they are from the demon sect, Qin Biming said. Between Qin Biming and the voice, there was a bead curtain and a gorgeous screen. A perfectly outlined female figure was reflected between the screens. That's good, otherwise, I have to clean up the door first. While the woman was speaking, she slowly stood up, walked out of the screen, and came in front of Qin Biming. This is a woman who is extremely charming and moving. She exudes an irresistible temperament and charm. There is a saying, called peerless enchantment, which describes this woman in this way. In this peerless enchantment, the other party not only shows beauty, but also reveals a kind of charm. She is full of charm. She is soft and charming, as if she was made of spring water, and can be called a beauty of her generation. She wears a black and somewhat transparent long skirt, which is looming, showing her exquisite and undulating, soft and beautiful body and graceful curves, which arouses infinite reverie. Qin Biming didn't dare to look up at this time, and could only lower his head. This person is the heavenly concubine of the demon sect, the leader of the heavenly demon sect in the demon sect, the most beautiful woman in the world, Yan Ruxu. Just got the news that the Red Sun Palace was destroyed by the Qinglong Society. Among them, Muring Xianan also showed up. You go and check the reason why Muring Xianan appeared there, Yan Ruxu ordered in a deep voice. I will send someone to investigate immediately and report the details to the heavenly concubine, Qin Biming said. Okay. How have the people in the Muring family been arranged? This time, we are attacking the Muring family not only to revenge me, but also to announce the re-emergence of my demon sect, Yan Ruxu said in a cold voice. Don't worry, Xianfei, I have almost arranged the people in the Muring family, combined with the manpower of the other three Xiansha and the two general managers. The Muring family will be destroyed this time. Qin Biming's eyes flashed with a fierce light. Murin Xiaonan captured the demon sect's heavenly concubine and sent her to Emperor Zhou's palace. This is a shame for their demon sect. It is also a shame for the heavenly concubine. He wants to help the heavenly concubine wash away such a shame. Shame can only be washed away with blood. We can't be impatient about this matter. When we take action, we must kill them, Yan Ruxu said. I understand. I will go to investigate what happened in the Scarlet Sun Palace first. Qin Beiming bowed and left the room. Yan Ruxu walked out of the room. Looking at the setting sun outside, she murmured, Murin Xiaonan, this time I will take off your head myself. As she spoke, a streak of residual red shone on her body, revealing a red color, or blood color. Heavenly concubine is what the people in the demon sect called her. It was what people in the martial arts world called her back then. It is the blood concubine Yan Ruxu. Chapter 872, Murin Xingzhen's future is ruined, undercurrent surges. The sun rose and set, and a day passed in the blink of an eye. The news of the destruction of the Red Sun Palace spread throughout Su City and the entire Jiangnan region. At this moment, in Su City, there was a wave of ups and downs. The Red Sun Palace was one of the 2 palaces in the Jiangnan region, and it was gone in just one day. I didn't expect Lian Chengbi to be the leader of the July Hall of the Qinglong Club. I heard that Lian Chengbi almost went crazy in the battle with the Red Sun Hall, and I heard that Lian Chengbi can also transform into a black stream, fearless of attack, and absorb other people's true energy, which is very scary. There are so many masters in the Qinglong Club, yes, but it's a pity for Lian Chengbi. He just became famous and entered the Heavenly Gate and left. Isn't it good to enter the Heavenly Gate? Who knows what's going on above the Heavenly Gate? Who can tell whether it's good or bad? But at that time, people from the Murin family also appeared in the Red Sun Hall. Didn't the Red Sun Hall have good relations with the Murin family before? Do you think the Qinglong Club will take action against the Murin family because of this? Some people seemed a little excited when they talked about this. The 4 great families in Jiangnan used to have a high status in Jiangnan, but since the Nangong family was destroyed, the majesty of the 4 great families has gradually weakened. So many people are interested in this topic. Murin family meeting room. Murin Xiaonan sat on the position of the head of the family. Several elders of the Murin family were sitting on both sides. Patriarch, this young leader of the Qinglong society, is taking advantage of the situation. Xingzhen has nothing to do with the Red Sun Palace. He just invited Lian Chengbi to have a chat. His Wuge Villa was bloodbathed by the people of the Red Sun Palace. They can only blame themselves for not defending strictly enough. What does it have to do with Xingzhen? An elder in a purple robe complained. Yes, this compensation is too much. Our Murin family's business in the capital has just started not long ago. It would be a pity to give it away. There are also 2 weapon-level weapons, 1/3 of the business in Jiangnan. Our Murin family has suffered heavy losses by giving these away. Patriarch, doesn't this Su Chen have some friendship with His Highness King Chen? Can we contact His Highness King Chen and let His Highness King Chen come forward? Downplay this matter, one of them said. The capital is in turmoil now, so my Murin family will not participate in the capital's affairs, and will protect our Murin family's foundation in Jiangnan. Jiangnan is just exchanging silver, not giving them business. Once things get slow, our Murin family will be able to recover, Murin Xiaonan said. Master, I don't agree with your decision on this matter. This matter was caused by Xingzhen. Why should the Murin family bear the responsibility? Said an old man on the left of Murin Xiaonan. The old man was tall and had a strong aura, but there was a hint of evil in his eyes. Murin Yu, the elder of the Murin family. Elder, Xingzhen did nothing wrong. How can Xingzhen bear the responsibility for this matter? Said the purple-robed old man who spoke first. If he hadn't contacted the Red Sun Palace and invited Lian Chengbi to have a chat, would this have happened? Hearing the words of the purple-robed old man, the elder Murin Yu said coldly. According to what you said, the disciples of the Murin family only need to guard their own little piece of land, and don't need to go out to expand the Murin family's business. Just eat and wait for death. The purple-robed old man said the same thing. Humph, the Red Sun Palace and the Blue Dragon Society have had conflicts for a long time. As the 3rd young master of the Murin family, doesn't he know about it? And he got involved. Xingzhen must give us an explanation for this matter, Murin Yu said. I don't know what the great elder wants to explain. Murin Xiaonan looked at Murin Yu and said. From Xingzhen's actions, he is not suitable to be a candidate for the young master of my Murin family. Please ask the head of the family to deprive him of his candidacy for the young master, Yu said. The Murin family is a family head system. However, the young master is not necessarily the son of the head of the family. As long as he is an outstanding disciple of the Murin family and passes certain tests, he can become a candidate for the young master of the Murin family. Only the candidate for the young master can become the young master. Once the young master is determined, then this person will be the next head of the family. Now the great elder Yu wants to cancel Xingchen's candidacy for the young master. That is to deprive Xingchen of the qualification to become the head of the family. Great elder, this is probably not appropriate. Xingchen just didn't handle this matter properly. It's too harsh to cancel the candidacy of the young master, the third elder Cheng said. He disagreed with the words of the great elder. I agree with the great elder's proposal. Xingchen has caused such a great loss to the Murin family. If he doesn't pay the price, then can all the Murin family members do the same in the future, said an elder. Immediately, the discussion in the meeting hall began. Looking at the discussion of the people in the hall, Murin Xianan's eyes condensed slightly. The great elder Yu wanted to use this incident to cancel Xingchen's candidacy for the young master. The matter of Red Sun Hall was too much of a loss for the Murin family. If it is not handled, then his prestige as the head of the family will be greatly damaged. Okay, listen to the great elder's opinion and cancel Xingchen's candidacy for the young master, Murin Xianan said during the discussion. Head of the family, this is absolutely not allowed. Hearing this, some elders couldn't help but say, this matter is settled. The former general manager of the Qinglong Society will come. At that time, third elder, Yu and Kiner will entertain him together, deal with the Qinglong Society, as soon as possible to avoid other changes. Murin Xianan stood up from his chair and walked out of the meeting hall, the Red Sun Hall, and Su Chen's aura was surging. The base points in his body had been successfully cultivated. In this way, he didn't have to go to various places to intercept the fortune in person. Now, as long as his people conquer or control a force, he can get the fortune. My lord. The Qinglong Society spy has found out a news that the four great demons of the demon sect are gathering in Suchen. Yuan Suian came to Su Chen and reported. The four great demons of the demon sect. The demon sect was suppressed by Emperor Zhou and torn into pieces. It has been hiding and not showing up. The four great demons were the four great generals under the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junchen, and they were extraordinary. They appeared and gathered here. They must have something to do. Can you find out what they want to do? Su Chen said. We just found their whereabouts, and we are still investigating what they are doing, Yuan Suian said. It seems that there are undercurrents in Su City now. Let's put the matter of the demon sect aside for now. Go to the Murin family first and bring back their compensation. When I have time, I will go to the Murin family's library to take a look, Su Chen ordered Yuan Suian. I obey your order and will bring the things back. After Yuan Sui saluted Su Chen, he left the Red Sun Hall and went to the Murin family and the backyard of the Murin family. Father, how can you agree to cancel the qualification of the candidate for the young master of Xingchen? This will cut off Xingchen's path to becoming the head of the family. Murin Qin looked at his father Murin Xianan and said, this is too much of a loss. If I don't agree, I'm afraid that I won't be able to give Su Chen the things I promised him. If I can't give it to Su Chen, it means we will be enemies, and the Qinglong Society will probably take action, and then the Murin family will probably be in disaster, Murin Xianan said in a deep voice. Report. At this time, a servant walked out of the room and immediately said, Master, the four great evil spirits who are the remnants of the demon sect have appeared in Su City. Upon hearing the report, Murin Xianan's face became solemn. Chapter 873, The Concubine's Plan. Murin Villa is in danger. Father, the demon sect has been silent for so many years, and now it appears in Su City. What do they want to do? Murin Qin said from the side. In today's Jianghu, it is normal for the demon sect to appear. You go watch the stars, and I'll go take care of something, Murin Xianan said, turned around and left with the attendant. Soon, they came to study. In addition to the four great demons, are there other demons? Murin Xianan asked in a deep voice. Master, no trace of other demons has been found, the attendant replied. There is no trace of other demons. Have you grasped the whereabouts of the four great demons? Murin Xianan asked. The four great demons, we lost their traces when we entered the city. They should gather together. I have secretly increased my manpower to investigate. And I believe that soon, we will be able to grasp the traces of the four of them, the attendant replied. Be sure to find them, and be sure to grasp their movements. You go down, Murin Xiaonan ordered. Yes, the attendant immediately bowed and left the study. After the attendant left, Murin Xiaonan pushed open a secret room on both sides. There was a set of black robes in the secret room. Murin Xiaonan put on the black robes and left from one secret room to another. Suchen Chui Unfang, one of the 3 red buildings in Suchen. In a wing room in the backyard. Murin Xiaonan, wrapped in a black robe, was standing in the room. Creak. The door was pushed open. A woman in a purple dress walked in and saluted the black figure. Meet the general envoy. The 4 great demons of the demon sect appeared in the city. They may be coming for me. Since Xianfei escaped from the imperial palace, I have been paying attention to the movements of the demon sect. I didn't expect them to really come, Murin Xiaonan said. Sir, since it is speculated that the 4 great demons came for you, then we will kill them at a fixed point. A cold light flashed in the eyes of the purple-robed woman. Although the 4 great demons are not weak, they are not a concern. What I am looking for is the heavenly consort behind them. I personally sent the heavenly consort to your majesty back then. She is determined to kill me, so we must find the heavenly consort. And I suspect that the whereabouts of the 4 great demons are so easy to grasp. I am afraid it is a bait thrown by the heavenly consort. I have sent people from the Murin family to investigate the 4 great demons. You should investigate secretly and make sure to find the heavenly consort, Murin Xiaonan said. If that's the case, my lord, I'm afraid your identity will be, the purple-robed woman said in a deep voice. The heavenly consort should have found out my identity, otherwise, the 4 great demons would not have gathered in Su City. It doesn't make much sense to hide it or not, Murin Xiaonan said. I will find out the whereabouts of the heavenly consort as soon as possible, the purple-robed woman bowed. By the way, send a secret order to let the 5 divine guards gather. As long as the whereabouts of the heavenly consort are found, I will personally lead people to surround and kill her. Murin Xiaonan's eyes suddenly turned cold. Yes, the purple-robed woman quickly left the room. The room seemed a little dim, but Murin Xiaonan didn't care. He just stood there quietly, as if he was thinking about something. In the evening, in the Red Sun Hall, Yuan Suiyan returned. My lord, the cash converted from the Murin family's assets in the capital and the Jiangnan assets has been transferred to the banker's bank. These are 2 weapon-level weapons. I brought them back. You can take a look first. Yuan Suiyan handed the 2 swords in his hand to Su Chen. Get 2 top-level weapon-level weapons, and get 2 orange lottery cards as a reward. Is Murin Xiaonan very straightforward? Su Chen thought the other party would shirk it. My lord, at the Murin family elders meeting, Murin Yu, the great elder of the Murin family, used this matter to deprive Murin Xingchen of his position as the candidate for the young master. Murin Xiaonan agreed. Otherwise, I'm afraid our compensation may be delayed, Yuan Suiyan said. This is the fruit of his own efforts, but it seems that the internal struggle of the Murin family is not small. Give these 2 weapons to Liu Sheng Yijian and Zhu Yairen, Su Chen said to Yuan Suiyan. Subordinates, go and arrange it. Yuan Suiyan was about to leave the hall. After sending them off, we will go to Suchen. It's just in time that we can go to the Murin family library tomorrow to take a look, Su Chen said. He had already intercepted the fortune of the Red Sun Palace, and there was no need to stay here. Another place in Yan Ruxu's courtyard. Yan Ruxu was sitting on a pavilion box in the courtyard. A figure appeared in the courtyard. He bowed to Yan Ruxu in the pavilion. Greetings to the Heavenly Queen. No need to be polite. What is Murin Xiaonan's current situation? Yan Ruxu asked. Heavenly Queen, Murin Xingchen participated in the affairs of the Red Sun Palace. Su Chen of the Qinglong Club asked for a high price, causing the Murin family to suffer heavy losses. The great elder Murin Yu took the opportunity to propose to deprive Murin Xingchen of the qualification of the candidate for the young master of the Murin family. Murin Xiaonan agreed reluctantly. The visitor bowed and said, I didn't expect that the Murin family, which dominated the area in the past, would have such a day. The Qinglong society should not be underestimated. I have time to meet this young dragon leader Su, Yan Ruxu said. Tian Fei, I don't know when you will take action against Murin Villa. Although my subordinates have always been close to Murin Xiaonan, I am afraid they will not be able to hide for long. Their identities may be discovered, the visitor said in a deep voice. Butler Zhou, it will take about 2 days for Butler Zhou to prepare the poison. As soon as the poison is prepared, We will take action, but don't worry, the appearance of the 4 great demons of the demon sect should attract Murin Xianan's attention. He will send people to investigate the 4 heavenly devils and me. I'm afraid he will have no time to pay attention to what's happening in Muring Villa. What's more, I asked Qin Beaming to send a lot of people into Muring Villa before. Some of them can be sacrificed and some attention can be diverted. How is your plan going? Tianfei asked afterwards. The formation has been completed. Once we take action, the place where the ancestor of the Muring family is in seclusion will be isolated in a short time. Even if he finds out about the situation, the large formation I set up can delay him for a while, said Manager Zhou. Well, the old guy of the Muring family won't be able to show up by then. If Muring Xianan is attacked again, and the masters of the family are poisoned, the remaining trash of the Mu family will have no choice but to die. The voice of concubine Yan Ruxu is cold, revealing a chill. From Yan Ruxu's words, we can know that this layout to deal with the Muring family has been planned for a long time. On the other hand, after Su Chen played in the city for a while, he went to Muring Villa. Muring Villa is outside the city. The Muring family's library is very large and convenient. Su Chen plans to live in Muring Villa for the next 1 or 2 days. When Su Chen and his friends arrived at Muring Villa, Murin Qin came out to greet Su Chen. Young Master Su, my father has been busy with some things recently. I will arrange everything for you during your stay at Murin's house, Murin Qin said. Then I'll trouble Miss Murin. I won't be here for long. I may only stay for 1 day. Su Chen just wanted to trigger the lottery card. Not really reading. Hearing Su Chen's words, Murin Qin was a little puzzled, but did not ask out loud. Yesterday a friend had a sheep, and I said to the other party. Today I coughed, my nose was blocked, my throat was sore, and I didn't have any strength. I guess it's the same. I will only have 1 chapter this afternoon. Chapter 874, the plan is in progress. Muring Xianan wants to take action. Entering Muring Villa, Su Chen felt like entering a Jiangnan garden. He met many Muring family disciples along the way. When these people saw Su Chen and Yuan Su Ain walking with Murin Qin, they showed surprise on their faces. They talked in low voices. When they knew that Su Chen was the young leader of the Qinglong Club, they showed resentment on their faces. But they did not dare to step forward and left in a hurry. It seems that your Muring family does not welcome me very much. Su Chen looked at the crowd leaving in a hurry and said with a smile. Some misunderstandings. This is Xingzhen's mistake, and he should make amends. Young leader Su, please don't mind. I will strictly forbid them to discuss this matter later, Murin Qin said softly. Soon Su Chen came to the Muring family library. The Muring family library has only 2 floors, but it occupies a large area. The keeper of the library is an old man in a gray robe. The old man looks ordinary, and there is no master's temperament on his body. He is half lying on a bamboo chair. Sensing the arrival of the person, the half-lying old man opened his eyes. When he opened his eyes, Su Chen's heart moved slightly. Because the moment the old man opened his eyes, he actually felt a sense of complete fusion with the surrounding air. You are Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglong Society. When the old man looked at Su Chen, a strange aura appeared on his body, which was condensed but not released. But in Su Chen's eyes, the old man in front of him was mixed with the earth. There was a sense of indestructibility. Yes, I am Su Chen, the young dragon leader of the Qinglong Society. Although the other party did not attack him, Su Chen did not like the tone of the question. He came to the Muring family's library as compensation from the Muring family, not because he had a request from him. Hearing Su Chen's words, the gray-robed old man's eyes condensed slightly, and the breath on his hand was restrained. Young dragon leader Su, this is Libo who is in charge of the library. If you have any questions about the library, you can ask Libo, Murin Qin said hurriedly. You can enter the building, but he needs to stay. The old man glanced at Yuan Su Ayan, then returned to his previous recliner. Close your eyes and rest. Okay, Su Chen stepped into the library. General Manager Yuan, I have arranged a small courtyard for Su Xiaolong Xiao next to it. Let's go and take a look together, said Murin Qin. Then I'll trouble Miss Murin. Yuan Su Ayan nodded, and the two left. After they left, the old man who returned to the recliner opened his eyes. Just now, I activated my aura, but it didn't affect Su Xiaolong Xiao. Su Xiaolong Xiao is not simple. I haven't heard of Qinglong Hu before. How come it suddenly appeared? The old man called Libo thought to himself. These are not things that an old man like me cares about. I'd better continue to rest." After saying that, he closed his eyes and continued to rest. Another place. Qin beaming appeared in front of Yan Ruxu. "Tian Fei, Qing Long Wei, young dragon leader Su Chen has entered Muring Villa." Appearing in Muring Villa at this time, hearing Qin beaming's words, Tian Fei Yan Ruxu frowned slightly. According to the plan, she would take action against Muring Villa in the next 2 days. Su Chen's appearance in Muring Villa has disrupted her deployment a bit. Don't worry about him, let's continue according to the plan. Before taking action, have someone send a letter to Su Chen and ask him to come out, Tian Fei Yan Ruxu said after pondering for a moment. Qing Long Wei has an extraordinary background. Su Chen is a variable in Muring Villa. This variable cannot exist. So when she takes action, she will ask Su Chen to come out. As long as Su Chen leaves Muring Villa, this variable will not exist. How is the first step of the plan outside the city arranged? Tian Fei, Qi Shan has appeared outside the city as planned, and Muring Xianan's people should have discovered his traces, but will Muring Xianan really leave the city? Qin beaming said. He knows I'm out of trouble, so he should have been keeping an eye on me. Now that the people from the demon sect have appeared in Su City, he is afraid. Over time, he will feel depressed, and this depression will make him nervous. What's more, he is very confident in himself. Even if you and I join forces, we can't kill him, so he will definitely go to find Qi Shan, Yan Ruxu said. Then what is our purpose this time? Qin beaming asked puzzled. Hasn't he been looking for us? Let him know about us, so that he will be distracted and have no time to pay attention to the things in Muring Villa, Yan Ruxu said coldly. At this time, an old man in a blue robe walked out of a wing room with excitement on his face. Manager Zhao, the poison is ready. Looking at the old man in a blue robe, he was shocked. Lord Xianfei, I have already refined the poison you need. While speaking, he took out a small transparent bottle from his arms. This thing is colorless and tasteless. If you mix it into water, you won't have any symptoms within a day. On the second day, when the hour of high arrives, the internal key will suddenly disappear. After the hour of high, it will slowly recover, but it has little effect on those who have reached the level of Danshan Huai or above. The Danshan is like the sea, which can dissolve the medicinal properties. I'll name it Heishizan. Hearing what Zhao said, Xianfei Yan Ruxu showed joy on her face. This is what I need. I will notify Butler Zhou to come. The Muring Villa plan can start. Yan Ruxu has been waiting for the medicine made by Zhao. Zhao, you and Zhou will take care of this Heishizan. Let's go outside the city and see if we can meet our old friends, Xianfei Yan Ruxu said. A place in the backyard of Chuanfang. Muring Xianan sat on a bench. Haven't you found the whereabouts of the heavenly concubine yet? Please forgive me, sir. We have received news that the heavenly concubine has arrived in Su City. The person who has contact with her is Qin Beaming, one of the 4 heavenly demons. I am locking Qin Beaming's location. Give me some more time and I will definitely find the heavenly concubine, the purple-skirted woman in front of him said immediately. Hearing the woman's words, Muring Xianan tapped the table with his fingers. We can't wait for them to move, now we have the whereabouts of several heavenly demons, Muring Xianan said. We have already found the whereabouts of Qi Shan, the heavenly demon. He is now at a farm outside the West City, said the purple-skirted woman. Okay, then I will go meet this Qi Shan. Muring Xianan stood up and said sternly. Sir, didn't you say that the 4 heavenly evils might be the decoys released by the heavenly concubine? If we move Qishan, we might alert the snakes. Also, I'm afraid this is a trap. The purple-skirted woman said in a deep voice. If you alert the snakes, then scare them out. If they set a trap, then I also want to see their skills. Muring Xianan stood up and said sternly. After speaking, he pushed open the door. In the courtyard outside the door, there stood 5 people wearing black robes, wrapping their whole bodies, with only the bronze token exposed at their waists. On the token was engraved a word. Muring Xianan pushed the door open and walked out. 5 figures saluted Muring Xianan. Sir, do you want the divine guards to go with you? The purple-skirted woman said on the side. No, even if there is an ambush, they can't stop me if I want to leave. Muring Xianan left alone. Chapter 875, The 3 Great Heavenly Evils Died. Muring Xianan was sickened by the heart-devouring powder. Outside the city, there is a farm manor. Muring Xianan walked towards the center of the farm. Muring Xianan, I didn't expect you to really come. You are really brave and skilled." At this time, a deep voice sounded in Murin Xianan's ears. With the appearance of the voice, a figure walked out of the manor. "Qishan, the heaven robber, it seems that you appeared here to lure me here. Xianfei, won't she show up?" Murin Xianan looked at Qishan, who appeared, his expression unchanged. "Humph. Murin Xianan, if you want to see Xianfei, I'm afraid you will never have a chance. Today, you will die here." Qishan looked at Murin Xianan and said coldly. When he finished speaking, 3 figures rushed out and stood in a row with Qishan. The 4 great demons of the demon sect, the leader of the demon sect, Lu Junshen, died in battle, and the 4 of you are seriously injured and hid. Now that you have appeared, it seems that the heavenly concubine has given you great confidence. I wonder if your strength has recovered to the peak, but it doesn't matter. Today, I will send you off." Murin Xianan looked at the 4 people and said coldly. While speaking, Murin Xianan's true energy surged. The surging true energy rolled and boiled behind him like waves, and the momentum was extremely terrifying. Wow! Wow! The waves condensed by the terrifying true energy made a sound of rushing water. Today, if I capture the 4 of you, I should be able to know the whereabouts of the heavenly concubine. Under the terrifying true energy, Murin Xianan was like a demon god. From the tone of his voice, Murin Xianan did not take these 4 people seriously. Heavenly Supervision Division, the Jiangnan General Envoy Zhang Tian, is indeed domineering. At this time, a soft and pleasant voice came. Murin Xianan looked towards the place where the voice came from. A woman in a red dress was looking at him, and there was a colorful bell on the woman's wrist. "Madam Ling Long, I didn't expect you to show up." Murin Xianan looked at the red-dressed woman who appeared and said, "HMPH, you slaughtered my entire family in the 7-colored valley back then. I've been waiting for this revenge for 20 years. Today I want your life." The red-dressed woman's face showed a cold frost. As soon as she finished speaking, her figure turned into a red light and attacked Murin Xianan. 7-colored 5 poison palm. The red-dressed woman raised her hand and slapped out with a palm. A 7-color palm print attacked Murin Xianan. "Kill!" Murin Xianan raised his hand and punched out, meeting the palm. Boom! The 2 forces collided. Energy exploded, raging around, raising dust on the ground. The palm print and sword energy disappeared at the same time. In the dust, a red shadow flew out and stamped on Murin Xianan's chest. Murin Xianan moved his body and avoided the palm. The palm print landed on the ground, emitting a corrosive smell. "Damn it, Madam Ling Long, who failed to hit the target with 1 blow," shouted in a low voice, and a divine power burst out from her body. A terrifying spider phantom appeared in the divine power. Cooperating with her palm, it went towards Murin Xianan. What they valued was killing the enemy. Kill, divine power, overlapping mountains. One of the 4 great demons of the demon sect, Li Xiansha Lu Wenji, took the lead. His figure suddenly rose into the air and punched out. Heavy pressure. It was a very simple move, but when the fist was punched out, the terrifying fist force was like a huge mountain, forming a heavy pressure that enveloped Murin Xianan. Li Xiansha made a move, and the other 3 also launched their momentum and killed Murin Xianan. "Just you want to kill me, Zumi Pan Long," Murin Xianan shouted in a low voice, and the boiling true energy around him turned into a real dragon that wrapped around him. Rumble. The 4 people joined forces and the palm power fell on Murin Xianan at the same time. Bang! Ki was flying, creating a storm. However, the 4 of them were repelled, and the real dragon circling around Murin Xianan also disappeared. "Tianfei Yanruxu, you actually led me here, why don't you show up?" Murin Xianan said sternly. "Murin Xianan, I'm deep in the manor, do you dare to come?" A voice echoed in Murin Xianan's ears. Along with the voice, a red light shot towards Murin Xianan's eyebrows. When the red light approached Murin Xianan, the red light suddenly turned into countless red ice cones. "Humph!" Murin Xianan snorted coldly and punched out. The red ice cones that swept over were shattered by this punch, turned into red aura and disappeared in the air, but the person did not leave. "Kill 1 person first." Murin Xianan did not care about the other party's words, but turned his eyes to Lu Wangji. Lu Wangji's face changed when he saw this. In just this moment, Murin Xianan appeared in front of Lu Wangji. He clenched his palms and punched out. The fist went out. The sky and the earth went dark. Lu Wangji only felt that the space around him solidified instantly, and then a huge fist shadow fell down. Roar! Lu Wangji roared, and the true energy burst out of his body, and he also punched out. The fists of the two collided. There was a loud noise that shook the earth and mountains for a while, and the air seemed to turn into a huge wave and spread out in all directions. The place where the two fought was like a small mushroom cloud explosion. In this fight, Lu Wangji's fist was shattered. His body was blown away like a cannonball. At the moment of being blown away, blood spurted out. Swish! At the moment he spurted blood, a ray of light flashed through. Lu Wangji's body fell to the ground. His eyes widened. There was a blood hole in the area between his eyebrows, which went through from front to back. In a moment of fighting, Murin Xiaonan killed Lu Wangji, one of the four great heavenly demons. Coming out before your strength has recovered to its peak is no different from seeking death, Murin Xiaonan said indifferently, as if he had done something insignificant, and walked towards the other people. Tianfei, I asked you to die, are you really willing to die for her? Murin Xiaonan said coldly. Kill. The red-dressed woman who had attacked earlier shook the bell in her hand, forming a sound wave forced to attack Murin Xiaonan. Murin Xiaonan's figure was affected. Kill. Zhushan Divine Palm, Dari Xianmo Knife, 5 Tribulations Extermination Fist. At the moment the red-dressed woman attacked, the other 3 also attacked at the same time. It was just that Qin Beiming, the Zhushan Shan, was the first to speak, but his palm was obviously slower than the other 2. Roar! At this time, Murin Xiaonan roared. A terrifying airwave swept out. The bell on the red-dressed woman's wrist exploded with a bang. You want to die? I will fulfill your wish. All of you go to die, Murin Xiaonan said in a cold tone. The terrifying ki formed a strong ki on his body, and he punched out 3 times in a row. Bang, bang, bang. 3 figures fell to the ground. Seeing this, the woman in the red skirt stepped on the sole of her foot, retreated, and quickly fled to the distance. Heaven-devouring blood escape. In addition, Qin Beiming, who was knocked down, formed a seal with his palm, and his body turned into bloodlight and fled. Only Qi Shan and Mo Wanli were left. The 2 had just stabilized their bodies when they saw Madame Linglong and Qin Beiming leaving, and their minds were shocked. Kill, when they reacted and prepared to escape. Murin Xiaonan had already killed them, and his fists covered the 4 directions, not giving them a chance to leave. Seeing this, the 2 could only resist desperately, and their true ki and divine power burst out. But the 4 people joined forces and were not Murin Xiaonan's opponents, so how could the 2 of them be Murin Xiaonan's opponents? Murin Xiaonan. Qi Shan wanted to say something. But Murin Xiaonan didn't seem to listen to them at all, and his fists continued to fall. The bodies of the 2 people exploded in Murin Xiaonan's fist. When the bodies of the 2 people exploded, Murin Xiaonan's face changed. He wanted to hold back just now, but he didn't know that a murderous intention rose in his heart and he couldn't stop his fist. Damn it. Heart-eating powder. There's heart-eating powder in the red ice cone just now. Tianfei, I will find you and kill you with my own hands. Murin Xiaonan let out a low roar and turned to leave. He knew that Tianfei must have left the manor. When Murin Xiaonan left, not far from the manor, Tianfei Yanruxu looked at Murin Xiaonan who was leaving, and murmured, these 3 people have been trying to split the demon sect for many years. Thank you for helping me get rid of them. Of course, I also have to thank them for letting you be hit by my heart-eating powder. I don't have much energy, only 2 updates today. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone, see you in the next video.